welcome back to Sustained Overruled. Okay, we are picking up where we left off. So this is the continuation of the ASAP Rocky trial. And when I was at work, I watched a little bit of this, but I had a hard time. I was viewing it on my phone, so there was a text message that was introduced from Relli to ills, if I'm not mistaken. So obviously, you guys know that I'm nosy, and I had to see, the content thereof, but I couldn't because my print is too small. Anyways, let's see where they left off. I have some thoughts about redirect, but I'll get into that shortly. I might have to fast forward. Okay, I think that's good.
So he can start even though you're blindsided?
Yes.
All right, according to Mr. McAfee, it's okay, we're back on the record, all parties counsel. Jurors are present, except Mr. Mayers is not present for the moment, and that's agreeable with you?
Yes, this is equal.
Oh no, their audio. There's another trial I watched this morning. I think it's out of Massachusetts. Their audio is perfect. I don't know what they have going on in LA, but the audio is just questionable.
Members understand, Roman, your requirements.
Thank you. Mr. Efron, did you call me yesterday to correct something about your testimony last week?
Yes.
What was it specifically that you wanted to correct for the jury?
So, I think on Cross, Takapino asked me about a shooting range that I went to in Los Angeles. I forget the dates, but that was 2 weeks prior to me texting Rocky, and I was there on a business trip, finalizing my jewelry company that I had, and I was staying
Let me stop
with a business partner.
The exhibit that you're talking about, was that a video that was played when you at a shooting range?
Yes, it was.
Okay, and are you saying that, since
What's up, Brooklyn? How you doing?
what was it that you did over the weekend that helped you refresh your memory on where that video was captured?
Well, I went through my Instagram story because I didn't understand the question he asked. It was too fast.
Brooklyn, have you watched today's proceedings or no? I presume. I mean, they've been on for probably an hour and a half.
But it was 3 years ago. I didn't know I needed homework.
So you went back through Instagram to look at the videos surrounding that to figure out where that video was shot?
Correct.
And it was from that you figured out that you were in Los Angeles at that time?
Yes, I was.
Do you remember the date that video was captured?
Okay. Based on this, again, I've watched the beginning of today's court proceedings. When I first saw the DA, let me not say enter the courtroom, but when they started redirect off with, what's his name again? Relli correcting his testimony. I'm like, okay, that is smart, but we know Relli did not do that on his own, okay? I'm not saying that the prosecution reached out to him, but I would like to believe that maybe the defense, somebody reached out to him, okay? We've seen Relli's inability to answer questions, so there's no way he came up with that on his own. But at least the good thing is that they are correcting that testimony while he's on the stand. Because to me, on cross-examination, I thought that I think it's really just a video recording. I think he may have recorded himself. To me, as far as Takapina's cross-examination is concerned, that was the most damaging thing he elicited. Of course, I don't believe that Relli traveled, across wherever to plan fire, shell casings. I just don't believe that. It doesn't make sense. But I thought the correction was smart. I just do not think that Relli came up with that on his own.
I think it was,
Well, I think the testimony on cross was that it was captured on October 19th of 2021. Does that sound right?
that's correct.
And when you went back and looked at the video, was that what you observed as well?
Yeah, I had a story mode with a bunch of pictures, and I had multiple guns.
I truly cannot believe these folks allowed him to maintain his social media. To have it public too, and not even just public. Here's the thing: these folks are beefing the French. You don't actually know who to trust. Here's the thing: you cannot ask a client to delete evidence, at least not in the civil. Prosecutor cannot tell anybody to delete anything. But I'm talking about from a civil perspective, okay? I'm talking about the lawsuit. His attorneys definitely could not have directed him to, try and hide, delete content, but they should have advised him to, or maybe Instagram. You guys not know Instagram. I would like to believe there's some type of privacy setting though, where not everybody can view your status, and probably just delete everybody. Delete everybody, because at this point, if I was him, I'd not be trusting anybody.
2 guns he showed. I had a lot of guns on the table that I was using.
So my question though was that the video was shot on October 19th, correct?
Yes, it was.
You said you were here on business, correct?
Yes,
What, do you remember what day you flew in?
the 16th.
So October 16th?
Well, yeah, talking about flying, I'm incredibly nervous. I believe it was yesterday. News broke of, wasn't that out of Houston? The wing of a plane caught fire. I don't know how I feel about that, because after the DC flight or the crash, I was on the fence, okay? I was like, okay, I don't know if I should proceed with a Cuba trip, okay? You guys know I'm supposed to leave in 2 or 3 weeks. I think it's 3 weeks, or is it 4? I don't know. Last week of February. I was on edge, and then the Philadelphia, that's not commercial, but still, it put me on edge. And then yesterday I woke up to Chicago, where the plane collided to the tug. I'm like, I'm not sure about this. And then yesterday, when I woke up and the news broke about a plane in Houston catching fire, I'm like, yeah, I might as well just cancel a whole trip. I just don't feel comfortable flying at the moment.
2021?
Yes.
And after the video was shot, did you leave Los Angeles prior to this incident that we've been talking about in November?
Say that again, please.
Yes. So you fly in on October 16th.
Yeah.
The video was shot October 19th. When did you next leave Los Angeles?
The 20th.
Of October?
Yes.
Okay. And when you flew out of Los Angeles, was that also, where did you fly to, do you know?
I flew to New York, and then a few days later I went to North Carolina.
This man does not answer questions. He answers questions, but he does not answer questions.
Yeah.
What happened here? Did I do something? No, that's them.
North Carolina.
What do they do?
It was.
Okay. A commercial flight?
It was.
Okay.
Okay, when I was at work, because again, I watched the first part, just a little bit of Redirect. Tacopina was asleep at the wheel, okay? He's asleep at the wheel. The purpose of Redirect is for the prosecution to pretty much, do some damage control if there was damaging testimony elicited during cross, which there was. But what I did not like about Tacopina during Redirect is the fact that he was not objecting to the leading questions. During Redirect, the prosecutor cannot ask its own I mean, there's not a hostile witness, not declared a hostile witness. So under these circumstances, the prosecutor was not at liberty to ask leading questions. And the reason why it's significant is because we've seen this man does not know how to he does not know how to answer questions. So if he had to pretty much testify without being led, he would struggle. So that's my criticism of Takapina, the fact that he allowed the prosecutor to ask leading questions.
You were asked questions on cross-examination about what was contained in certain police reports.
Oh no, Brooklyn, I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable. I'll explain in a little bit.
Do you know what's contained in the police reports?
No,
Have you read the police reports?
no,
Did you have any control over what the police wrote in the report? And if I may just clarify before you
Okay, so with the prosecution here, they need to, I'm not going to say tread lightly because this is a necessary correction. But again, I pretty much said, I think it was on Friday, I said in order for the prosecution to recover from cross, they'd have to throw themselves under the bus. I did not quite hear the prosecutor's office throw themselves under the bus, and probably it makes sense. Otherwise, they'd lose credibility. The office itself would lose credibility. But over here, they're throwing the reporting officer or the investigators, whoever's report they're referring to that's incorrect. Because I believe during cross, Takapina introduced the police report by an officer. I think it was Flores or somebody, but it had something to do with ills. I just don't remember the specific facts, but it's something that contradicted what's his name again? Relli's testimony or his direct. So in order for this to succeed, the officer would pretty much have to get on the stand and say, yeah, I did not read the statement back, or I didn't, check the facts with the victim. Otherwise, it's just a contradictory prosecution that they've put on.
For instance, did the police officers read back to you, here's what I'm going to put in the report before they wrote their reports?
no,
Do you know what is captured in all of the surveillance video that was collected in this case?
no,
Have you had an opportunity to watch all of the video, or have you only been shown snippets or short clips from the video?
I was shown short clips and very few. I didn't see much.
No, I did not watch. Okay, so Brooklyn says, Madam Prosecutor. And so Takapina did an amazing job today. Give him some credit. He knows when to push the witness to the wall and when it's time to let go. I did not watch the rest of that. I watched the beginning of Redirect. I don't know when Redirect ended. What's up, Benji?
Okay. Your Honor, I have my next exhibit, a DVD with a transcript.
24. It's a transcript?
It's a DVD with a transcript.
All right, the DVD will be 24. The transcript will be 25. And, yes, make sure everybody gets one. Yes. You all have.
Benji, are you getting ready for work?
You don't yet, Your Honor.
They don't?
Oh, they do. That's it. You do not.
Right, I don't.
And just so you guys are aware, I am gonna go a bit further past. Usually I stop around 5:30. I might go until 6 or 6:30, just depending on when this trial ends. But I will not be back tonight. So shout out to the replay crew. Everybody else would have to watch it on replay. There's some stuff that I need to get into.
I will give you Let me see how many. 1 second. Copies. Yes. video is the only file contained on this marked equals 24. And I have it up there. It is, I believe that says 12 minutes and 56 seconds, Your Honor. I'm just going to play the video all the way.
Do you want to, you think you should ask him if he knows what it is?
Okay, I'm gonna have to really focus on this because on my phone, I probably should have used headphones when I was at work, and obviously I cannot have the thing blasting because nobody else is interested in this trial. But when I was at work, I could not really hear what they were saying.
Afterwards, but I have it paused here at the very beginning, Mr. Efron. Do you recognize what you see there?
Yeah, I'm looking at a video.
Are you depicted in that video?
Yeah.
Which one are you? You could point it out for us. Okay. I think he indicated the only person.
And Brooklyn, going back to your previous message, are you disagreeing with me that Takapina should not have objected to the leading questions? Or is it based on something else?
You're wearing a hat.
You're saying that I should give him credit.
Specifically has, it looks like a red blender.
Yes.
And if the date stamp at the bottom here says December 17th, 2021, I know dates are hard for you to recall, but does sound about right on when you first watched surveillance video these days?
I guess so, yeah.
All right, would you trust the date stamp over your own memory?
Yeah.
And the two people that we see at the bottom of the screen, do you know what either of their role is in this case?
Even just detectives, Medellin and Flores.
Oh, you remember their names too? Okay.
Yeah.
So would Flores be the one more towards the center of the screen and Menifee be the one in the far bottom right hand?
Again, obviously there's probably no dispute as to the identity of the officers, but I personally would have, as defense, public defender, I would have objected to this line of questioning.
That's correct.
Okay. All right, Aaron, I'm gonna play the video.
Seems to take place. It's going to be real because this is a 4-lens camera. This is a building we have. That location.
Sorry, this is probably, had I, I've been following the trial, so I'm kind of a little bit invested. I'd have probably moved on to another trial because the audio is atrocious. This is awful.
This is the stop sign intersection. Oh, so the street up. Okay, right now is where you guys go walking from. Okay. So right now it's 22. Oh yeah, you guys see everything. 22, 12. So as you're walking, can you describe who's walking ahead? Rocky's the first one ahead. It's 12 me, and it was on the side of me telling me like, as they're listening to our.
Wait, what? Oh, he has a mask on and everything.
It's 12 me, and it was on the side of me telling me like, as they're. So as you're.
I would like to presume, it's still kind of hard to hear what they're saying, but I would like to believe that the purpose, because the DA just asked him, I should stop saying DA, I think, what do they call them in California? It's probably DA, that's what I'm going to go with. Because he asked him about, whether the officers read the report back. So I guess this is to show actually what he told the officers. So Fever says, you see how the judge had to tell Relli and the lawyer to stop the mess. I'm going to have to go back. Fever, is that before or after? Because I'm a little late. I'm a little late on this one.
Can you describe who's walking ahead? Rocky's the first one ahead. It's 12 me, and it was on the side of me telling me like, as they're listening to what I was saying.
Who's beside him?
12 me, and it was on the
Okay, I think he said 12V.
side of me telling me like, as they're listening to what I was saying, like, we're talk, like I'm literally letting them have it. Right, you're mentally, yeah. So then I think 12 will get a little bit more closer to me before he shoots. When he shoots, the shit ricocheted and hit me. And then once it ricocheted,
said something about ricocheting and what? I don't know. I might need the court transcript. I might need the court transcript on this one. Wait, what?
Before he shoots, the shit ricocheted, it hit me. And then once it ricocheted, that's when he shot down every time too. He shot down. So the second time.
He's saying that he first got hit and then he shot down.
But then it looked like he was not trying to shoot down the second time because when I had ribs like this, he just running close and trying to shoot around those.
I mean, he's been consistent about that portion of his testimony.
All right, so we're down to that point to see what kind of occurs. It's a great picture, but
The audio, this is awful. This is very painful because I don't know what they say.
you see what you can kind of best see. There's someone coming up and grabbing those too. You see me going right? How's my grandma? Okay, it's still really big out. You can kind of see pictures, you can see the activity.
Wait, so Fever, are you saying the attorney and who's this? Are you saying that the attorney and Relli, when you say the lawyer, are you referring to defense or the prosecution? Let's clear that up first.
That's right. For sure, I didn't want to go. Like he told me, I did not want to go to the cops right away. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Okay, we'll talk about that in the next sense. Clear the grade because it happened right here. There you go. So you see the oh, okay. Oh shit. You back.
What?
There you go. So you see the oh, okay. Oh shit.
Yeah, here's the thing. This was sure to me by Relli saying, oh shit, he's definitely not switching it on or off in the courtroom. He's just being himself. Okay, so Fiva says the DA and Relli. And then Fiva says they're getting chippy with each other. Okay, I'll look up for that. What's up, Callie girl? Okay.
You back in the wood? James, I told you Jamel ran. He ran and looked back in the wood.
No, I'm nosy. I actually need to leave this thing alone because I have like 30 minutes left of these records, but I'm so nosy. What is he saying? Jamel. Who's Jamel again? I think Jamel. Is that 12V or 12V or whatever his name is?
Oh, shit. You back in the wood? James, I told you Jamel ran. He ran and looked around the corner. It was the one that I was holding. See how he turned around and just started coming to him, the shooting, go back up, right there. And we get the time here. Okay. Alright, looks like the finish come in at 22:16:51. So the first person this is on the record. Yeah, it's Ricky. We're just going to look more someone behind him. Looks like he's wearing a red.
With this audio, hopefully you guys aren't mad if I decide to skip. Because I cannot hear what they're saying. And Fiva's apparently nosy too. I'm equally nosy, but I cannot hear what they're saying.
There's two on videos.
The person way is
That's 12 wins.
What exactly are they watching? I know Brooklyn, do you know what are they watching?
He's still trying to show me who's that. Oh, I'm really good. Rocky runs.
That's right.
Yeah, it's Rocky
Wait, what?
Rocky runs.
Okay, so Rocky did something.
Yes, Rocky runs.
Okay, so he's saying Rocky is running. So I guess that's after the fact.
And that's 12. And that's me and Bruce arguing.
I'm curious to find out what the I mean, we're eventually gonna get there, but I'm curious to find out what the prosecution's closing is going to be again, because it might have a bit of a credibility issue with who's this again, with Relli. But the thing is, I don't know. Let's play the video. I'll give my thoughts towards the end.
You're playing to one side of the screen, closer to the intersection, and you guys keep through. Is it looking up? Yeah, I'm gonna see what I win. And he just had words after that. He had mad snot and crying from his eyes. And he said, "We almost got me killed." And I said,
I don't know. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna criticize Relli for wearing a mask because I wore a mask. I'm probably one of the last people to have continued wearing a mask because I stopped wearing a mask like in August of 2023. I still wear masks here and there occasionally, but I'm like, sir, the mask is not even covering your nose. It's like covering your mouth. So, anyways, I guess those are just my frustrations because I'm really nosy and I cannot understand what he's saying.
"I was fucking right. What are you talking about?" I mean, that would make sense. I mean, I'm sure you'd be emotional too after that. All right.
I really want to fast forward. But I kind of don't want to ruin it for anybody else.
With that clip,
So Rocky.
I still can't make out the activity because it's so crazy, but it's
Right.
it's the reason you're grabbing.
There's no way any judge, no judge that actually knows criminal procedure would grant a directed verdict in this case. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If a judge is to grant a directed verdict in this case, it's based on anything but the evidence. So what we've seen is sufficient to overcome a directed verdict. So let's see. Brooklyn says, I don't know that in a case like this, the judge doesn't have the right to stop the trial only after closing arguments are complete and a directed verdict is requested. I don't quite understand the comment, Brooklyn. You saying the judge can stop the trial, or are you saying that the judge cannot stop the trial?
He shot me the first time.
So when you say at the stop sign, was that the
That's
first
what it is.
shot?
When I turn, turns, Rocky turns around.
Okay, at the stop sign.
Around 22, 17. You see three people roughly scrambling around.
So she said the stop sign to me.
I'm sorry, folks. I'm gonna skip forward. Yeah, because I'm kind of curious though. What is he gesturing?
He's grabbing those every which way. You see the back of my hoodie. That's why it was.
Hold on, okay.
Stop
I
sign.
mean, I cannot really understand what he's saying, but I'm also really nosy and I don't want to miss out on anything.
First time.
Yes, that's it. Alright, so I'm literally grabbing those every which way. You see the back of my hoodie. That's why it was so bad because I'm literally tossing every which way. Rocky's trying to run from me. You see the back of my hoodie. I'm everywhere. I'm like in the back of the street, around the street. Okay. Come on, next clip. And that's gonna have to just a little more.
I'm gonna pause it there.
Woo, that was painful.
That's 6 minutes and 3 seconds on the video player. Up to that point.
Okay, so I guess the purpose of the prosecutor introducing Brooklyn said skip. Okay, so I guess the purpose of introducing the video, their interrogation tape, is it related to what's his name again, Ills or whatever his name is. Okay, that's the purpose. Because if I remember correctly, and I mean I know overall that the defense, their claim is that down the road, close to the parking lot, um, who's this? Relli was attacking Ills, and pretty much who's this? Ills, obviously not Ills. Relli does not that he doesn't agree with that, but he's saying that is incorrect. So that's the purpose of bringing that in to show that the officer's statement is incorrect.
Video that you were shown, is that the video from a distance that shows the corner of Selma and Vista Del Mar that's blurry?
Yes.
Okay. And we keep playing.
Under those circumstances, that is leading. There's a different way of asking that question in a non-leading manner, such as what video were you shown? Okay, I bet you Relli would not be able to answer that. But I guess to that point, I probably would not object because I mean you kind of do have to object. You do have to object because I was going to say that if you're not, if you're not disagreeing with what he was shown, but under these circumstances, you pretty much would have to object to the nature or the form of the leading questions.
It's channel 5 of this filter. So it's going to be same location, different angle of the camera. It's going to be positioned a little bit on the other side of the building. So this is kind of faces as the street kind of curves around, it still faces the street. So when I see the people run away, you identify flocking and then twirling and then eventually goes walking.
I know sometime this week I'll have a surprise for you guys. I don't know when. I don't know when, but it will be sometime this week, maybe on Friday. We'll see.
See if you can kind of identify these people as they go by. I'll get you the time. I'm starting 22:17. Different angles. Yeah, that's why I really don't really.
You know what?
Yeah, that's why I really. Yeah, that's why I really don't really understand, but it's just unfortunate. Yeah, we trust you. We look at everybody and everybody has a role. Some people, it doesn't mean that they're involved, that they hear. That's why it's not actually come. Did I see how you pull go? So this would be in the central, this is low and dark. The street empties out too. They tell us that it's the same individual. Basically the same individual.
Hold on, we're gonna have to skip through a lot of this. What?
Person, and then still employed to after that. Right, we're talking about the same person, and then still employed to after that. Right, it looks like he comes through maybe a couple minutes later, he's walking with cameras. So maybe it's kind of good with this.
Yeah. All right.
Sheesh.
Mr. Efron, is that video accurate to reflect the very first time you watched the surveillance video in this case?
Yeah, I've been keeping up with Jackie Johnson. I've been following up. I touched base this morning. That's why I keep pushing my live out, because I kind of want the. I'm waiting for that trial to conclude, because I mean it's not live. If you have a live feed, then share it with me, because I've not been able to find it. And then the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni stuff, I'm not. I don't know that I'm going to cover that, because I don't even know what's going on, and I hate to say it, but I'm really not interested. So yeah, I'm not. It would be very painful. Like, it's one thing if my channel was monetized, I'd probably hop on that uh on that court proceeding, because they do get a lot of views, or at least that specific topic gets a lot of views, I guess, because they're other superstars, right? But I cannot do it. It's too painful. I'm not interested in it. But Jackie Johnson, I have been keeping up with.
Yes.
What's up, Jason? How you doing?
Mr. Tacopina asked you a lot of questions about
Jason, have you watched today? Because I'm just catching up now. If you've watched, let me know what your thoughts are.
specific times that certain events happened. Do you remember specific times that you sent text messages 3 years ago?
I don't even know. That's probably like a week ago.
Do you remember specific dates that you took photographs?
Not 3 years ago.
Do you remember specific dates and times that you posted pictures to Instagram?
Not 3 years ago.
Are there many details that you have a clear memory of in this case, but you can't say exactly what time things occurred, or even necessarily exactly what order things happened? Is that a correct statement?
I mean, if I was prepared and understood.
So just answer the question. Answer the question. He should have actually been a politician, because woof. Answer the question.
What order things happened?
I mean, I can say this, but I also do not answer direct questions. That's why whenever somebody posts something up here or they ask me questions, I'm like, clarify, what do you mean?
Correct statement?
I mean, if I was prepared and understood, yeah, I'd be able to answer instead of not knowing.
Well, as this incident was happening,
Okay, so Jason says Relli crashes out during
was
recross.
it a traumatic incident to you?
It was.
Were there things about this incident that you were focusing on and things that you were not focusing on?
Can you say that again, please?
Yeah. Were you, when the defendant pulled the gun out on you, were you focused on the gun?
Yeah.
In that moment, were you focused on what Twelvey was doing?
Listen, I would be objecting. There's no way, under no circumstances, would I let the prosecutor testify on the victim's behalf. So, Brooklyn, my criticism of Tacopina not objecting during redirect, I'm going to stand with that.
You know, got a little like,
Standing by that. I'm standing by that. There's no reason why this prosecutor should be asking leading questions.
I was mostly focused on Rocky.
Okay. Mr. Tacopina asked you about this photograph.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, Tiva. I agree with that, but I'm just, you kind of have to answer the question. Okay, so Brooklyn's waiting for my reaction. Brooklyn just called me Madam Prosecutor. Okay. And then Fever says, that's why I said this is a money grab and hurt feelings. But Fever, if nothing happened, why would his feelings be hurt?
April 17th. And I believe in his questioning of you, he asked you questions about either when the photograph was taken or.
I think I've mentioned this before. When an attorney, both prosecution or defense, when they're referring to a question that another attorney asked or an answer that a witness gave, you have to it's not required, but it's best to pretty much read the question verbatim. Otherwise, it just gets sloppy.
One of the injuries that you received in that
What is the
photograph
lens
from,
with that?
I just want to clarify, do you remember the exact date that that picture was taken?
I do not, he didn't show me no time nor date.
Do you know if it was within a day or a couple days of the shooting in this case?
I know it was after the shooting because my hand, I just wasn't able to see the time.
You did
I
what?
know it was after the shooting because my hand, I just wasn't able to see the time.
His hand did what?
I know it was after the shooting because my hand, I just wasn't able to see the time.
The injuries in that
I did not understand that. His hand did what? I don't know. Somebody, please translate.
photograph, were those the injuries you sustained at the time of the shooting?
Yes, it was.
And when you guys are talking about crashing out, I do not want to hear Takapina yelling. I don't want to hear Takapina not controlling the witness. And I definitely don't want to hear Takapina crying, okay?
When he asked you questions about those injuries, either he asked you or you mentioned something from the ground. What were you talking about related to the ground?
Yeah, when you're saying something from the ground, what are you saying? Like, dude, you had, by dude, I mean the prosecutor. This is being live streamed, okay? You could have spent your weekend pretty much going back, writing the questions out in order to prepare for Monday. Like, what do you mean by something?
Like a ricochet or something.
What does that mean?
Like something bounced off the ground and hit your hand?
Yeah, I wasn't able to tell or something.
Like
All right, let's see. What is Fever saying? Big shout out to Fever, okay? Shout out to Fever. Shout out to Brooklyn. Shout out to Benji. Shout out to Callie. Let's see. So Fever saying, that's a good question because you will never think someone you grow up with will do that. Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, I guess that's fair because I don't think my friends would do this to me, but my friends and I were pretty much sheltered. So that's kind of the difference. But I'd like to think it goes for everybody. Okay, so Brooklyn says, Brooklyn, sorry, I'm not looking at the screen because I have records here. But Brooklyn's saying, I have like probably, I don't know, maybe another 10 minutes or so. No, not on the stream. I'm talking about as far as, cross-referencing records. Brooklyn saying, stop here on the picture. I had an argument with someone about this picture, and someone said it looks like he took sandpaper and scrubbed his hand. Okay, so Brooklyn, what was I think I kind of know what the picture looks like. What was your argument? Why were you, or I guess when you're on YouTube and you're in the comments, it's hard not to argue. It's kind of hard not to argue because, listen, Brooklyn, I saw your email. I know exactly what you're referring to, but I still had to ask you, what are you referring to? That said, though, it does take self-control on YouTube not to argue with people. Yeah, but I just want you to elaborate a little bit so I can see what it is that you guys were saying, back and forth. And I mean, if you want to call up here, I can put up the link and you can come up here. Let's see. Let's catch up with Fever. Yeah, I truly don't want to hear them crying. No. To me, no. That is not good technique. Okay. All right. Let's get into it.
something bounced off the ground and hit your hand?
Yeah.
I need to hear
What
that.
were you talking about? When he asked you questions about those injuries, either he asked you or you mentioned something from the ground.
And I don't know. Obviously, I'm really bothered right now. How do you guys feel about flying? I mean, for folks, Cal, even though you're not, in the States, I just want to know generally, how do you guys feel about flying? Because, I mean, the trip is kind of already funded, but I'm so anxious. I've been so anxious all weekend, and I don't know. I'm prepared to forfeit. I'm really prepared to forfeit the the trip. Just because I'm really that nervous about flying right now. I kind of want to, I want to give it time and see if anything else goes on with commercial flights.
What were you talking about related to the ground when it came to those injuries?
Like a ricochet or something.
Like something bounced off the ground?
Dang, Brooklyn, why are you fighting with your friends? You see, this is why Kelly and I cannot relate to. What were you guys arguing about? Okay, so I suppose your friend or your acquaintance, or you did say with a friend. I guess they were saying that Relli took sandpaper and that he scrubbed his hand. So what are you saying? How did he get or sustain these injuries?
Those injuries.
Like a ricochet or something.
Like something bounced off the ground and hit your hand?
Yeah, I wasn't even.
Yeah, I mean, okay, and this does go in line with his the video. I mean, that video was awful. that video was awful, but I did hear him say the word ricochet. Okay, and apart from that, again, to me, this just confirms what I already knew, which is the prosecution did not prepare their witness. I don't know if this is how they do it in Los Angeles. I don't know, but it's pretty obvious that they did not prepare their witness.
Able to tell, but I know instantly my hand was hot. Like after the first shot.
At the moment you're saying that you felt your hand was hot, where was your hand in relation to the ground?
On my side.
Where was your hand in relation to the ground?
On my side.
So it wasn't on the ground.
No, it wasn't on the ground.
Was it in the air?
Yeah, my hand was by my side.
I don't know. As far as this recross, he came in. I was gonna stop working around 5:30. I mean, I did work way longer. I put in a lot of hours. You guys know I get to work by 7. In any event, before I go off, you guys know I'm always talking about random things. So I lost my train of thought. Let's just play the video. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. So right now, I guess it's still early. I wonder where he's staying, though. Where is he staying? Does he have security? I don't know. He probably does. In any event, what is this? When he came on the stand, or at least as far as I've seen, he appears to have had a decent, a decent weekend, got to rest. He's still not really answering questions. So that might be his very nature, but he's not as combative. I guess it might be different during recross.
Did you physically punch?
All right, so let's see. What are my folks saying? So Callie says, with everything happening in Fallon 47, I'm scared. Yeah. Okay, and then Brooklyn is hitting me with this is the exact numbers, my man, because we're talking about it this weekend, and these were the numbers he was running by me and going. He basically multiplied that by 365. Listen, I understand what you're saying. It's kind of, let me relate this to criminal law, okay? Criminal law, there'll be statistics of, somebody saying, chances of somebody's home being burglarized or whatever is like, I don't know, 50 in 1,000 residents. The number sounds low unless you're the victim. So I'm not going to go by those numbers, because if I'm on the plane that goes down, then, yeah. Fever says the way the planes are going down, I think you shouldn't fly now at this moment. I'm going with Fever. And I mean, you guys know Kelly and I are actually friends, so we've talked about this, but I'm still on the fence because you guys know I had my Sheen outfits ready. I was going to be on the beach. We're going to do some work out there in Cuba. We're going to visit, I forgot the name of the place, but there's some place in Cuba where the Afro-Cubans have settled, and I was intrigued by the culture, and I wanted to look at some of the art. But yeah, considering that Fever is a complete stranger, I'm canceling. I'm canceling. I'm canceling. Yeah, exactly, Fever. Fever's like, it's a slim chance, but if it happens to you, then it happens to you. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this kid during her winter break. She's going to be disappointed, but at least she's going to be alive, okay?
Or strike Bills that night? Did you physically punch or strike Bills that night?
No,
Other than grabbing Ills by the sweatshirt, did you do anything else physical to Ills?
no, he was protecting me. Why would I?
Anything else physical to Ills?
No, he was protecting me. Why would I? Regardless.
He said he was protecting me. That's actually a good way of answering the question. Instead of saying that I used him as a shield and risked his life, he said he was protecting me. Okay.
What I said to him, we could put down the film. He was literally protecting him. Why would I? Regardless, what I said to him, we could.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think how the prosecution closing, because when it came to opening, they did not really have a theme or a story, whereas the defense did. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what they're going to do with all this information.
Down the film, he was literally protecting me.
Which is your dominant hand, your right or your left hand?
All right,
And which hand was injured?
I left.
Okay.
Okay, what's the purpose of that question? Which hand was, did he say the right or left? Hold on.
Okay.
All right,
And which hand was injured?
I left.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't quite understand the purpose of asking that question. I mean, okay, it makes sense for him to ask, his dominant hand, that I understand. But to ask, no, I'm sorry. It makes sense to ask which hand was injured. But as far as whether he's left hand or right hand dominant, I don't understand it in the context of the injury. I mean, as far as, his initial testimony saying that if he wanted to swing on ASAP Rocky, he could have done that because he's right hand dominant, I get. But in the context of the actual injury, I don't quite understand.
If you need me to pull up the surveillance video again, I will. But Mr. Efron, at the moment the gun was fired, to your recollection of being there that night, was there anyone between the four of you who was acting like that gun was a fake gun?
Absolutely not.
That was a fantastic question. Let's go back. That was a brilliant question, and I did not actually think of this question, but that is a good question. Let's go back. And this is why I watch these trials, because I'm biting their style. That was a fantastic question.
Fired. To your recollection of being there that night, was there anyone between the four of you who was acting like that gun was a fake gun?
Absolutely not.
That's a good question. And again, that question, I guess we're prepared to see how ILS and 12V respond on cross-examination. I do not think that they're going to be as combative. I just had a different thought. I do not know that they're going to be as combative as Relli is going to be, because obviously their purpose here is to get ASAP Rocky off the hook. But here's what I was thinking. I wonder if the prosecution will question them about any benefit they've received or have been promised as it relates to their testimony. I'm interested to find out. And I mean, obviously, I think the answer to that would be no, but it is a good question to ask, considering that at the time that, things went down in 2021, if I'm not mistaken, I believe they were living at, or at least they were staying at Rocky's house for the night, or something along those lines. But I am curious to find out, how they would respond to that.
Can you explain to the jury what you were doing with ills?
Okay, so I'm gonna leave this thing alone. I'll try not to touch it for like 10 minutes. I have a few more records to get through. Hopefully I get through. I don't know if I can get through this stuff. I mean, yeah, I have a few more to get through, and then we can really get into it. And remember, I'm not gonna stop the live. I mean, it's gonna stop at some point. I'm not gonna stop at some point, but I'm hoping to, get to the very end of today's proceedings before I end without like a break in between.
In that moment, that the gun was first pulled at the intersection of Vista Del Mar and someone.
When it first got pulled,
Yes.
I was just shocked that he pulled the gun, and it was so close to me after the first shot. I just instantly ran and grabbed it.
Did you?
I didn't know what he. No, it wasn't behind me. He was off to the side of me, so it was easier to grab.
And what did you do?
I used him as a shield, a human shield.
How so?
I grabbed him up, put him in front of Rocky, every which way.
Between the two of you.
Yeah.
Mr. Tacopina has alleged that not only was that a prop gun that the defendant had that night, but that he knew that.
To me, though, I kind of have questions. Now I'm questioning, I know I said I was not going to stop, but as Relli is testifying about using ills as a prop, okay? I'm kind of questioning ills a little bit, okay? Let's talk about this in the context of what is this? In the context of politics, okay? We're going to get a little political. Let me actually first get the senator's name because I think it's somebody out of Louisiana. Let me play this. I'll get the senator's name and then we'll talk about it.
Have you heard that there's an allegation that the gun used that night was a prop gun?
Good recovery.
You said it was.
Yeah, that was good recovery. Prosecutor asks, and again, being in the courtroom, actually being a trial attorney is not for the faint, because you pretty much need to know how to recover with zero preparation. Obviously, had he known that Tacopina is going to object to his first question, he probably would not have asked, or maybe sometimes people do things intentionally. Okay, but this was a good recovery and did not just give up. You guys know I don't like it when the attorneys give up. I mean, seriously. Yeah, Tacopina.
So I'll ask the question again. Have you heard that there's an allegation that the defendant used a prop gun that night?
Yeah, and again, Tacopina, if that is in fact your defense, why are you objecting?
No, I never heard of a prop gun ever before in my life.
Never before.
Never before ever.
Well, you were asked questions on direct examination about a prop gun, correct?
From Tacopina, Mr. Tacopina?
No, when I asked you questions.
Okay.
So are you aware that there's an allegation in this case that the gun that the defendant had was a prop gun?
Objection, I couldn't sustain that question.
Oh, wait, can you,
Hold on.
I didn't understand the question.
Objection was overruled, it's still.
No, the first one.
Allegation.
Oh, yeah, just sustain this form of the question. Just ask the question without.
All right, so I found the senator's name. Okay, my memory is very long. I went back all the way to 2017. So in 2017, I thought it was a senator. I was incorrect. It was a Louisiana congressman. Okay, Steve Scalise. He was shot. Just know that he was shot in 2017. Okay, he was playing. I think they were playing a game of baseball. He was shot, and even after he was shot, this man went on to defend I think he was wasn't it the RFA? I guess I should have looked that up. In any event, he continued to be a gun advocate after he was shot, but obviously they paid him. Okay. Here's my question though. if we do accept that ASAP Rocky, in fact, had a firearm on that day, and if we accept that Relli used what's his name, Ills, as a shield on that day, and if we accept, because I believe when Relli testified, it must have been during direct, he pretty much said that, you know, after the whole thing was over, and I guess nobody was really severely injured. I believe he said Ill said something to the effect of, "Were you trying to get me shot?" or something along those lines, right? Then I would pretty much question. I'm like, what on earth is ASAP Rocky offering you for you to take up for him, testify in his defense when you easily could have gotten shot? Does that make sense to folks? Under those circumstances, I'm definitely questioning him a little bit. If that's in fact what happened.
Sure. Are you aware that it is claimed the defendant had a prop gun that night?
No, I'm not aware. I didn't know if he had a prop gun.
Did you believe that night that he had a prop gun?
Of course not.
At any point that night, did you accuse the defendant of shooting at you with a real gun?
Yes, I told him that in my text.
What text are you referring to that
Okay, so he stopped bleeding.
And when I sent him, probably like within 30 or an hour after, when I went back and found the bullets, I texted him, trying to kill me, try to take me away from my daughter.
Okay.
I'll get to the chat in a bit, guys. One moment. Back there.
Are you referring to, and I can zoom in on People's 21, page 3, you tried
Wait
to
up.
kill me?
Yeah, he
Turn
tried
the
to.
lights on for me, please.
All right.
Can you turn this light on for me, please? Thank you.
And then on page 7, was this the text you were referring to about taking you away from your daughter?
Yeah, that word study.
Hold on, I need to zoom in. Okay, so where's the text? Okay. Luigi, who's Luigi? Oh, what's this? I don't know. Let's move on.
Yeah, try to take me from my daughter.
Okay. At any point, did he respond to your text messages to tell you that it was a fake gun?
No, never.
Listen, again, I'm curious about prosecutions. I'm curious about, there are two things. There are a lot of things I'm curious about. But while we are at this point of the text message, right? And then in a little bit here, once I put these records away, I need to find my law of evidence book. I'm going to have to find that book. We're going to take a look. Maybe I could just Google, but you don't know with AI or whatever the stuff is, you don't know if they're going to give me accurate information. But I want to see what California's position is when it comes to silence, okay? Whether the jury would be asked to infer from Rocky's silence. From the perspective of, what is this? The rules of not from the perspective, I was going to say the rules of evidence. From a federal, right. No, let me get it together. So from the perspective of the rules of evidence, as far as federal law is concerned, okay, there are circumstances where silence can be considered to be an admission, okay? So we pretty much would have to take a look at whether the law in California is the same, because if somebody, okay, under there are certain circumstances, again, where pretty much an individual, a defendant in this case, would be expected to deny a claim, okay? Basically, what I'm questioning is, we're going through this text message. We'll take a look at it in a little bit, but let me carry on.
He only responded after I hit his manager, John.
Okay, Deanna. Everything after no is stricken. Just, if you're asked a yes or no question, just please say answer yes or no.
At any point in time after this incident, did you send a text message to 12E indicating that the defendant shot at you with a real gun?
Yes.
Okay. When did that happen?
No, Mark mine.
Yeah, I really want to hear from 12V and the other person. I need to know. I want to know.
Is it 26? How many pages?
It is 5 pages.
All right, this is a good starting point. Oh wait, what's going on?
This is just it is. I'm just trying to show the first place. Okay. So this is the text. This is that page. And you guys want to swim?
Sorry, folks, I'm buying myself time. I'm reading emails.
All right, Karen, while I'm at it, I'm gonna mark my next exhibit 27. It's a 3-page document with text messages between Mr. Efron and Bills.
Oops, 26.
I want to see it.
26 was the text messages to 12.
Oh, 12.
Brooklyn, I'm really cracking up at you calling me Madam Prosecutor SO. That was an insult, but it's funny.
Okay. So,
The
Mr.
law
Efron,
offense it,
I'm
though.
going to show you the top of people's 26. Do you recognize this to be your
Wait, I want to
text
see
thread
this.
between you and 12E?
Oh, so it is the number 12. 12V. What kind of name is that? All right.
Yes.
Okay, extraction, Apple iPhone.
I know the numbers are blocked out, but you have it saved in your name as 12, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. And that would be the same 12E that we've been talking about, who was present that night.
Yes.
Okay. I want to go to page 2, in the middle of the page, there's a text message.
Nosy. Okay, what time was this sent? So 11/6/21. I think this is the time, 9:44. So it says you're good. So I guess this is, oh no, it says 2:12 and Terrell. So
You sent from Terrell.
okay, got it.
12 that said you good, and the time is at 9:44 p.m. on November 6th, correct?
Okay.
Correct.
That would have been the last text message you sent him immediately before this incident. Do you agree?
Okay, so around 12:44. I don't know though. What is in this context when somebody, and I probably need Fever, Jason. I need people that actually know culture. Okay, when somebody, I mean, it could mean a bunch of different things, but in this context, I don't know. Does it denote that something else was going on, or is it just basically that saying hi? And I mean, everybody else can come in, but you know, I don't even know. I did not even know G2G was a thing until last week. So, so I cannot be asked to interpret any of this.
Okay. The very next text message, bottom of page 3, is a text message from you to 12E that says, y'all set me up, no words, with an emoji.
Okay, that was around what time? Okay, so that's 11. No, is that the date? Would that be 11/8? I suppose so. So that's 2 days later,
And that's
around 6.
November 8th, 2021 at 6:57 a.m., correct?
Correct.
So that would be your next message to 12E after the shooting, correct?
Yes.
And if you need, I will approach and you can look through it, but did 12E ever respond to that text message to you?
Never.
You know that
I know that because
without even looking.
yeah, the only person who responded to me was Ills.
Okay. But 12E,
Yeah, I don't know. How do, under these circumstances, again, you know, somebody, I guess 12V and Relli, we're not really friends, but under these circumstances, wouldn't somebody deny it? Wouldn't they say no?
he never responded back to you to tell you that it was a fake gun, did he?
Never.
Last equals 27. Okay. This will do it a little more tricky. Mr. Efron, equals 27. If you can, look at the front page. I have the numbers blacked out. And you didn't have this number saved in your phone. Would you agree? There's no nickname underneath it.
Okay. Yes.
Can you tell, though, from the content that this is your text thread with Ills or Elijah? If you need to go through, let me know.
Wait, what did the prosecutor say?
This is your text from the
I'm reading the
content
email.
that this is your text thread with Ills or Elijah. If you need to go through, let me know.
I can't see what it said though.
So you receive a message,
Oh yeah.
you respond, you responded, and then you receive the message.
Yes, Ills.
Okay,
Yes, Ills. Elijah.
you agree?
Yes, I agree.
Okay. So let's go.
I'm so nosy, but I also really want to. Okay, let me let it play, but I need to reply to the emails.
Page 3.
Let me see, what is that saying? Or watch what he thinks he said it.
The middle text message on that page, November 6th at 10:07. You texted Elijah out front, correct?
Correct.
And that is.
Where?
Would you agree?
Okay, so this was 11/6, around 10:47. Okay.
That's the last message you sent it to Elijah or Ills. It was prior to this.
I'm curious to find out why Terrell sent the "you good" text message to what's his name again? 12V.
Shooting, correct?
Yeah, prior to when you know.
And then the last text at the bottom, that would be a text you sent to Ills on November 8th, 2021 at 6:56 a.m., correct?
That's correct.
And it says, y'all set me up with a heart emoji, correct?
Wait, what? Got distracted.
November 8th, 2021 at 6:56 a.m., correct?
That's correct.
And it says, y'all set me up with a heart emoji, correct?
Yes.
Did Elijah ever respond to that text message?
Yeah, I think so. Me and Elijah was talking.
What did Elijah say in response?
Objection.
Grounds.
You're safe, you're safe, you're safe.
At any point did Elijah respond to say that it was a fake gun that night?
Just an objection.
Your Honor, may I offer an offer of proof on that? Yes, it's being offered for a non-hearsay purpose.
Okay, I see. All right. I understand. All right, the objection's open.
Did Elijah ever respond that night to say that it was a
Good recovery, Mr. P. That's all I'm gonna say because I cannot pronounce his last name.
prop gun in any way?
No.
Did you ever hear about a prop gun or a starter pistol or a fake gun related to this case before January 21st, 2025, the day that?
All right. Okay, I'm done working. I have billed my time. So I'm moving this closer because you guys know I am nosy. All right. Let me catch up with the chat first. Okay. I think I might be wrong, but I think redirect is coming to an end. Yeah, redirect is coming to an end. Okay, so let's see. Viva, I cannot drive to Cuba. I don't even think the American government would allow that. I mean, if I lived in Florida, I could probably, I don't know that they have cruise ships anymore. But let's see. Callie says, Jason, the gutting, okay, of the FFA, there's no other way of feeling right now. Last trip I took was to Jamaica decades ago. Viva said he was terrified. Why were you scared? Why were you scared? Shout out to Jamaica. All right, so Brooklyn says, look at Brooklyn encouraging people to Brooklyn. Don't even. I'm not even gonna read that out. No, I don't do drugs. Okay. And then Viva says, okay, I was watching this case and it's really nothing for the defense to really say the videos, everything. Here's what I love about Viva's input. Okay. Fever is I don't want to say that Fever is straddling the fence, but I guess okay. From the perspective of a juror, I think Fever is what we would call a hung jury. Okay, he cannot, he's a yeah. I can understand the conflict. I can understand the conflict though. And Fever says that was because who knows he was a prop gun. Okay, and then Jason. Okay, you guys are talking about amongst each other. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Fever says, or maybe this was the plan. Once you are in the industry, all these types of things be happening. That's why he's shocked because all Rocky had to do was give this guy a few dollars. That's all. But I don't know, that's kind of a tough position, right? It's a tough position because if he gave Relli some money, I don't even think it should have been money, okay? I think he probably should have apologized and do right by his friend. But they also it kind of seems like they don't even really mess with each other. My real problem is with, sure, give him money, but if he made him sign the NDA, I highly doubt that the NDA would be valid, right? Because there's some illegality involved. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know how to handle this. I all I know is that I don't own guns, okay? Because I don't want problems. Viva says Ills knew something might pop up between the two. Oh, for sure. I agree, for sure. And I mean, whether Rocky had looped in the other two prior to the meetup or not, I think Il did not want things to escalate, and that's why it got between them, or maybe he was just stupid. I don't know, you know. So Fever, no, be a lawyer and not recover for the weak questions you ask. Brooklyn, can we stop here? Jumping to the live. I'm sorry, Brooklyn. Brooklyn, I'm sorry. You have to take me back. Where did you want me to stop? Okay, so stop here, jump into the live, and come back later to finish this live. No, I cannot do that. Cannot do that. Brooklyn, what are you saying? All right, let me move on. Let me move on. All right, so Fever. Okay. So Fever said on his way to Jamaica, that was his first time, and he was terrified. And he said he'd been to jail a few times. So being on the plane was terrifying. I can understand that though. If you're getting on the plane for the first time as an adult, I can completely understand why that would be frightening. But I'm glad you got to, leave the country and go elsewhere. What did you think of Jamaica? Did you like it? Do you plan on going back?
Jury selection started in this case. 2020 for a fake gun related to this case.
That's actually, I see what the prosecutor did here.
For January 21st, 2025. The day that jury selection started in this case.
That was the first time I ever heard about it.
Yeah, I see what they did there. So here's the thing. There was a ruling, right? So again, we went over Megan's article. I'm adjusting myself, folks. So we went over Megan's article. I still have to go back to that video. Fever, didn't you say you're in your 50s? Oh no, somebody on here. I know Jerome for sure is in his. Oh, never mind. I mixed you up with as far as age, I mixed you up with who's the young man that was on my live on Saturday? I forgot. Prentice. Yeah, Prentice Jones from Indiana. Right, he's 50. I know why I mixed you up. I knew there were two people that were 50. Okay, so you are 39. Okay. All right. Okay, so Fever, they had a village and everything out there. Okay. Shout out to Fever. Fever's gonna be big 40, okay? Big 40. That's fantastic. Okay. What was I saying? I'm all over the place. Oh, right. Here's why this line of questioning or this specific question was fantastic for the prosecution. So based on Megan's article, she pretty much, reported that the defense ambushed the prosecution, or the prosecution felt as if, they were ambushed by this starter pistol defense, okay? Suddenly defense came up with a witness and they had missed the discovery deadline, but the judge was nice enough to allow them to still bring that in. And when the prosecution found out about it, they wanted to highlight or bring this in during opening statements, and the judge said no. Okay. And I completely understand why the judge did not allow the prosecution to bring that in, because obviously it could possibly taint the jury. Okay. But here's what's fantastic, because the judge said that the prosecution could highlight this during closing. And the prosecution decided to actually ask the victim about it, which is fair game. So, in essence, the prosecution is for the first time introducing this phantom starter pistol weapon thing or defense to the jury. Brooklyn, is it your birthday? I should have taken it down. I forgot. Brooklyn, is it your birthday in March? Is it March 30th? Is it 31st? I don't even know if March ends in 31. Does it? It probably does. Or is it the 1st? I don't know. I remember one somewhere, or maybe a
If
3.
you had known or believed that the defendant had a prop gun, would you have to use Hills as a human shield?
None of that would happen. I don't even see it. No.
Sir, answer the question.
You described before.
That was a good question. Yeah, that was so far the prosecution. I probably should have been writing this stuff down, but I couldn't because I was actually typing. But the prosecution highlighted a few things. By highlight, I mean basically the testimony they elicited during redirect. Some stuff that I actually did not think about. I mean, I gave them points. They didn't use, so maybe they didn't use yet. I gave them points they didn't use.
After you used Hills as a human shield, the defendant was trying to move around Hills.
Yeah, answer the
Is that your
question.
prior testimony?
That's correct.
Can you explain?
Yeah, so Fever, ASAP, 12V, and ILT, they will be called as defense witnesses. So they're going to testify on behalf of Rocky. And obviously, what I presume they're going to say is that, okay, that was a fake gun. We knew it was a fake gun, but we're still dancing around. It was a fake gun. I think that's what they're going to testify to. And I think they're also going to say that Relli was attacking, what's his name again? Ills, which caused ASAP Rocky to fire 2 warning shots. I think that's what they're going to say. Now that I think about it, right? Because I was pretty skeptical. I was skeptical about, never mind. I just answered my own question. Because I was primarily focused on the parking lot incident, right? Because, they've been talking about how, what's his name again? Rocky is licensed to carry in California, okay? And I was thinking that maybe defense of others would have been a better defense. But defense of others would only make sense had it not been for the first video, okay? Because the first video, nobody was, let me say that differently. In the first video, when these 2 parties, when they first made contact, when they first approached each other, when they met at the parking garage, under those circumstances, it cannot be said that he was in defense of anybody because, who's this? Not Ilt. Relli did not attack anybody. So I guess that defense would fail. And that's why it doesn't make sense. I still don't know about this starter pistol. Let's get into it.
If he was using a prop gun and you knew it was a prop gun, and the defendant knew that you knew it was a prop gun, why he would have to move his body around Hills like that?
Objection. Forward question, I'll start with that one. Speculation. Speculation. Question. Sustain.
I mean, the prosecutor already pretty much asked a prior question which covers pretty much the same base. And here's the purpose. Again, Mr. Lewin here. Okay, let's see what it was. Does he have a headache? What's going on?
You were there that night, Mr. Efron, correct?
What night?
November 6th,
He said what night?
2021, the night of trial.
Yes.
Are you aware of any reason why the defendant would have needed to move around hills like that if he
That was fantastic. So I suppose this is the reason why Lewin I still cannot stand. I mean, he did not aggravate me so far in today's proceedings, but what he's bringing is his 31 years of experience or whatever number he threw out. I think he said 30 or 31. So, he kind of got Mr. P out here to ask his question differently.
was using a prop gun?
Objection, speculation.
Counsel, yes or no?
Can you say that again, please?
Yeah, are you aware of any reason why the defendant would need to move around hills like that if he was using a prop gun?
No.
Yeah, I think he being Relli, he has a hard time. I don't know if it's a language processing issue, but there's something there. Yeah, there's something there. There's something there.
To your memory, based on being there that night, did 12 behave in a way that indicated that he knew it was a prop gun?
Objection.
Yeah, and I mean, here's the thing, Fever. What most people do not realize is that even as far as self-defense is concerned, there's such a thing as exceeding the bounds of self-defense. So as far as the parking garage scene is concerned, under those circumstances, had even, the brandishing of the weapon itself, even if it's true that Relli made first contact, self-defense would not succeed over there. But I mean, juries, I'm talking about as far as the law as it's written, juries do whatever it is they want to do.
That's not legal objection. So that's
What's the question?
In a way that indicated that he did 12 behave in a way that indicated that he knew it was a prop gun?
Objection. Another.
that's not legal objection. So
What on earth is Takapina saying? That man has a lot of bass in his voice.
speculations. Mr. Stack. Can counsel make his own objections?
Is he fit to speak in time?
All everyone.
So here they start. I was just praising Lewin. Here they start.
I'll ask you this.
Stop, both of you. The objection sustained.
You saw how 12 behaved that night, correct?
Correct.
You also saw how 12 behaved from the surveillance video, correct?
Well, you better say how he behaved.
Correct.
In your opinion, is that in any way consistent with a prop gun being used?
No.
Yeah, good recovery. Very
How did he
smart.
behave? How do you remember it?
He ran behind the wall.
Away from
Yeah,
the defendant?
yeah, he just was gone.
The witness took his hand, moved across his body as if demonstrating movement away from him, Your Honor. Inaccurate.
Okay.
Yeah, I cannot stand Lewin, but he does sound to be very bright.
That night, November 6, 2021, how many shots did you believe the defendant?
Yeah, what's going to be Fiba? This question is going to relate to ILS and 12V, okay? Because that question is going to relate to them because I presume they're going to testify something along the lines of this being a prop gun or them knowing him to always carry a prop gun. So that question is going to be relevant to them as far as cross-examination is concerned. And they're probably going to say, oh, before we left, he showed us the prop gun. So, and that's actually, if they say that, that means that could signal that they left with, plans of actually having a confrontation.
Fired at you to the best of your knowledge.
I said 3 before. I think it was 3 or 4.
Wait, what's the question?
How many shots did you believe the defendant fired at you to the best of your knowledge?
I said 3 before. I think it was 3 or 4.
have you consistently stated from your memory that the defendant fired 3 or 4 shots at you?
Yes, that was in all of my statements.
When you were interviewed by the police officer at the Hollywood station on November 8th, 2021, how many shots did you tell him that the defendant fired at you?
3 or 4.
Okay, this is a good line of questioning. Callie, I don't even know. I don't even know. But I mean, who's this? I don't even know. I guess we're gonna have to wait for Ills and whatever his name is to testify. I cannot wait for the two of them to get up here. You don't understand?
When you were interviewed by a detective from the Hollywood station over the phone on November 9th, 2021, how many shots did you tell him that the defendant fired at you?
I always kept it 3 or 4 because that's what I thought.
You did what?
The sound and I just thought it was 3 or 4.
When you were interviewed by the 3 detectives, Menifee, Flores, and Camacho over the phone on November 9th, how many shots did you tell them that you believe the defendant fired at you?
I always stuck with 3 or 4. That's what I thought it was.
And when you testified at the preliminary hearing on November 8th, 2023, you were asked how many times did the defendant fire the gun, what was your answer?
3 or 4.
When you went to the scene that night, how many expended cartridge casings did you find?
3 or 4.
2.
When you went to the police station, even though you only had 2 fired cartridge casings, did you still tell them that you thought it was 3 or 4 gunshots?
I did because that's what I thought.
Are you aware that you've been accused by the defense of having planted those 2 cartridge casings at the scene?
I am.
I cannot believe. I don't know. I would have objected. I don't know, but it's probably gonna come in. Never mind.
Was there anything preventing you, if you planted those casings, from bringing the same amount of casings, 3 or 4, that you reported to the police?
That's a brilliant question. I did not think about it from this angle, but it's a good question. Because if you're planting, if you say, or if you're claiming he shot 3 or 4 times, what would have prevented him from planting 3 or 4 shell casings as opposed to 2?
Can you say that again, please?
Yeah, was there anything preventing you? If you actually
Mr. P, I know I've criticized you here and there, but that was actually a good question.
police,
Can you say that again, please?
yeah, was there anything preventing you? If you actually did plant those cartridge casings, was there anything preventing you from planting 3 or 4 at the scene that night, like you later told the police had been shot?
Yeah, if I planned that would have brought exactly what I said.
Okay, so Fever said, right, if they say that, case over. To be honest, I think that is to be honest, TBH. To be honest, it seems like Rocky was scared of Relli. You don't pull out a gun unless you are scared or someone talking about doing harmful things to you. FR. I don't know. That's where, again, Fever, that's where exceeding the bounds of self-defense come in. And I mean, if you're that scaredy, you probably should not be carrying guns. I'm just saying, if you're a spooked individual, you're going to end up in trouble for sure. Brooklyn, you know that does not even make sense. Who picks up shell casings? Well, apparently Relli does.
But you didn't plant them, correct?
No, I never planned nothing.
You brought in the 2 casings because that's what you found.
That's exactly what I found.
Just the leading.
Was it much later in this case, after you heard audio from the video, that you came to the conclusion that it was actually 2 shots that were fired?
And again, that's still leading. So, yeah, that is still, and that's the thing. Takapina was asleep because there are a lot more questions he should have objected to. You can ask that differently. When did you realize the number of shots that the defendant actually fired?
Much later in this case after you heard. Was it much later in this case after you heard audio from the video that you came to the conclusion that it was actually 2 shots?
Fever's ambivalent. He's just going from side to side. He cannot, Yeah, and this is what makes the ASAP Rocky trial a good trial. Because again, it's not a complete blowout. There are arguments to be made for either side.
Oh,
So the judge says it comes in.
Yes, after I heard the audio, I realized it was 2 shots.
I mean, that's still kind of leading, though, Judge. But
Had you heard the audio recording before you gave any of the statements to police or the prior DA, Fred Engel?
I only heard the audio and then
answer the question. Answer the question.
preliminary hearing, which was like almost 2 years later.
And that happened after all those statements to the police that we just went over.
Correct.
And the statement that you gave to the prior DA, Mr. Engel, correct?
Correct.
What happened to the prior DA? Why is it not on the case anymore?
Did you even know that that video existed before it was played at the preliminary hearing in November of 2023?
What video?
The one that has audio.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I did not mean to laugh at you, Relli, but there's something. I don't know. There's something there because he cannot even recognize. I mean, you guys are talking about this video. The next question, and you're like, what video? There's something there. Yeah.
The two gunshots.
No, I didn't know I didn't know a lot of evidence.
I don't have anything else, Your Honor.
All right. So let's see. Before. All right. So that was a redirect. Let's see. What are we going to rate? What are we giving that redirect? I want you guys to chime in too. We're going to come up. I need to come up with a grid on how to grade. What are we going to give that redirect? Listen, I think that Mr. P should have gone a bit longer. I mean, obviously, you don't want to aggravate the jury, right? But he had more bases to cover than what he asked. And I mean, he did ask some brilliant questions and some that I actually had not considered. But I still think they should have gone a bit longer because the main thing to me, the evidence, when I say the evidence, I'm referring mainly to the surveillance footage, okay? That surveillance footage speaks for itself. But the biggest problem, the prosecution's biggest problem is not the surveillance. It's not even the shell casings. It's Relli's demeanor, okay? The purpose of redirect is basically to, try and undo any damage from cross-examination. And I mean, again, from last Friday, because Friday, the prosecution started out with their redirect. I think the first question that they asked was very good when they brought in the context of the entire I itch or rich or irritated text. I thought that was well done. But again, the biggest damage that was done during cross-examination is not only credibility, but so much his demeanor. So I think the prosecution should have asked questions relating to that, questions that would get the jury to understand why Relli behaved in the manner that he did. Okay, fair enough. Relli is not on trial. Okay, but let us not. That's a difference. Because I was going to say this. That's a difference. Okay, never mind. Because what I saw when Relli waved that young woman away, it spoke to me. Okay, a jury would not take lightly of that. They would not take that lightly. That's not something they would like or appreciate. That's something they'd hold against him. But now, as I'm thinking, I'm like, we have, the prosecution, they're not me. They're not, they would not think about it from their perspective that it's this, black man behaving in this manner against what appears to be a young, petite white girl. I don't know if she's white. That girl might be black. Okay. She might be black, but she appears white. Okay. So to me, that is one of the biggest problems. And they should have found a way to ask him questions to explain his frustrations. Okay, but they didn't do that. What would I don't know. Redirect. I'm gonna rate that a 6.5. I'll go with a 6.5. And I still had not graded Takapina's cross. That cross. I don't know. What am I rating that cross? I'm probably gonna go 6.5 as well. Yeah, with the cross, I'm gonna go 6.5 because he did elicit some damaging testimony. And again, the manner in which the aggravation of the witness might sway the jury to an extent. But again, it's the way that he behaved towards. I mean, if it's Takapina or whatever, they can go back and forth or whatever. It's irritating, it's annoying, it's hard to listen to. But the manner in which he reacted to that young girl or woman, they're going to hold that against him. And then again, the prosecution, they might not consider it from that angle because they appear to be white men. But when I saw that, I'm like, you got problems. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, definitely. There are arguments to be made on both sides. Let's see. Brooklyn says Relli needs to read a few more John Grisham novels and would not even, he did not have to read that. His attorneys, maybe the attorneys are the ones that need to read some John Grisham. The attorney should have prepared him the same way that he came to court to correct his testimony. There's no way Relli thought of that on his own, under no circumstances, just no way. They should have prepped their I'm sorry. They should have prepped their witness or their victim. Excuse me. Yeah, the redirect was definitely not redirecting. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. After complete days. What are you referring to, Brooklyn? What temperature? Yeah, it's definitely the attitude. That's his biggest problem. And jurors have gone on to do some really weird and strange things. But I maintained before, the prosecution had not considered that they would need a black juror for Relli's sake, somebody that can relate to him. Okay. So yeah, 1 is low and 10 is absolutely fantastic. I think I've given the only attorney, as long as I've been doing, this sustained overrule, the only attorney I've given a 10 out of 10 while we're here together, it's Mac Shard. Okay, it's Mac Shard. That's the only one that has gotten a 10 so far. And then FIBA says, but the redirect really didn't solve or prove anything. Yeah, and that's why I'm giving it a 6.5, because the purpose of redirect, again, is to take the sting out of any damage that occurred during cross-examination. And the biggest problem here, is so much its attitude, its demeanor, presentation. That is Relli's biggest problem. Okay. All right. Look at FIBA agreeing with me. I like FIBA, you guys. Shout out to FIBA. Kelly says Max is the boss, so everyone else seems to be lacking. Oh yeah, he definitely set the bar high. And I think I said this to Prentice on the Saturday as well, in the sense that in that entire trial, the best attorney in that trial is Mac Shard. There's no question about it. It's no debate. He has real skill. And even the manner in which he carried himself, he has real skill. He's very skilled. All right, so let's go. Because I think so. I think from a layperson's perspective, folks think that an attorney is good if they're able to get you off all charges, but that is not how it works. Because even in one of those interviews, I think it was with Megan, Matt Sharp pretty much said that during his closing, he did not see the need to address the Taisha, I'm the prettiest girl that he ever dated. He did not see the need to address her testimony because he did not want to lose credibility with the jury. And anybody that has significant trial experience that watched that testimony could tell that what's his name again? I forgot his name. Whatever his name is, Caleb Bumpus, Mr. Bumpus, right? Anybody and everybody that has significant trial experience could tell that that was a conviction. And that's why I had a strong conviction. When folks, as we're getting closer to the end, I said, as far as Gotti was concerned, and I mean, once Jeffrey was no longer in the trial, I knew they were quitting on everything. But for whatever his name is, Mr. Bumpus, I forgot his name again. There was no way the jury was not going to convict on the Taisha charge or the gun. And again, people underestimate the power of an impartial jury. And that's why when Steele or whoever keeps interviewing and saying that he did not want his client to take a plea, that man was going to get convicted. There was no way around that. Okay, let me read these comments and let's move on to recross. Brooklyn says, I don't think Max can deliver that performance to every customer. Why do you think that? Oh, he says it's too hands-on. I disagree. When you know how to cross-examine, you know how to cross-examine. So Fever had to go through this, but he had a few courtrooms. He's been in a few courtrooms and paid attention that everybody got to say. Some people don't know how to talk, conduct themselves, or even comprehend. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, Callie, I disagree with Brooklyn as well. I know what Brooklyn say. 6 months is a sweet deal. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Here we go again with Fever. Fever does not know which way he's leaning, which is, shout out to Benji. Benji, if you're still out here and you're at work, hope you're having a fantastic day, okay? All right, let's move into redirect. Is court still ongoing or no? Oh, wait, are there court proceedings? What time is it in California? Let's look it up. Time in California. 2:23. Why is court no longer in session? I don't know. I have questions.
Good morning, Manager.
Who did he say good morning to?
Good morning, Manager.
What did he say? Who's he saying? Is he saying Mr. Efron? And yeah, if this man, in fact, say good morning to Relli and Relli's not responding, and I understand he's human. And again, it might be, I've said this before, to him, this is the representation of, A$AP Rocky. So I understand probably when he looks at this man's face, all he can see is A$AP Rocky. I completely understand that. But sometimes you need to play the game, okay? Sometimes you need to play the game, and he's just not doing that. When this man, as much as you despise him, okay? As much as you despise him, as much as you feel as if you are under attack when you're actually the victim, when this man comes up here and says good morning, you say good morning, you say it with a smile. Again, it might be hard. I mean, I'm not a pretender. I'm not a pretender. So I know it could be hard, could be difficult, but still say good morning. And don't let this man dictate how you appear. So I don't know. Let's get into it though. You can just tell his demeanor. He does not mess. He's not messing with this man.
Speaking of saying, you always said 3 to 4 shots. You talked about Wally's G the other day. Remember Wally? 3 to 4 shots. You talked about Wally's G the other day.
Wally what? Maybe it's a person's name. I don't know.
Remember Wally? I don't remember. I mean, you know who Wally is? Yeah.
Sorry. Let's go, Mr. Tucker. Let's go.
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. That man said what? He said what?
Sorry. Let's go, Mr. Tucker. Let's go.
He said get on with your he said get on with your words. He said, what are you doing here? How long does this recross last? Dang, it lasts actually quite some time. Oh yeah, it goes on for quite some time. Sheesh. Okay. Wait, they never returned to court? Hold on. What am I missing? They never returned. We might actually have to what? Wait, okay. There's a reappearance. Somebody research. Okay, don't listen. If you've watched till the very end, don't break it for me. Like, don't run. No spoilers. Okay, so Brooklyn actually had the time up there. Yeah, listen, because Fever apparently was caught off guard too. He's like, that man said, go on. Yeah, manners, they go a long way. And again, I'm gonna stick by this. ASAP Relli should have done a little bit of fast food, like worked at McDonald's for a little bit. I mean, things have gone wrong too. Things have gone. I mean, yeah, things have gone wrong too working fast food. But I don't know, something's lacking. Something's up. But then again, maybe this is just how people talk or behave in Harlem. And I mean, they're both grown men, so. Yeah, no, I think he said God or something. He's a grown man, so I don't know. Let's see. He does not have time for Takapina today. Let's see.
Speaking of saying, you always said 3 to 4 shots. You talked about Wally's cheek the other day. You remember Wally?
I don't remember. You
remember who Wally is? Again? Sorry.
Let's go, Mr. Tucker. Let's go.
He said, just go. He does not have, they should have prepared him. And here's the thing. These two, this is not their first rodeo, okay? They have done this before. At prelim, he's cross-examined him before. And even Relli basically said that, during prelim, they argued, okay? So this should be nothing new. If anything, the prosecution should have explained that, listen, sure, the judge may have found probable cause, but now you're going before a jury. These people are pretty much going to, they're going to judge your every move. They're going to judge your every move. So you need to bring it together. I think they should have flipped the script on Takapina and have him show up overly friendly. Overly friendly. As far as ability to answer questions, it's still difficult because it takes him some time to comprehend questions. But okay, let's get into it. Too much talking.
Well, we're gonna go when you ask my question. You know who Wally is?
I do.
Okay. In fact, you told Wally he shot you 5 times, right?
No, I didn't.
You didn't say it?
No, I didn't.
And by the way, speaking of Wally, last Thursday was my first day of cross-examination of you, and I asked you about a statement you made to Wally that morning.
Which morning? The morning of the court proceedings?
The question David drew that morning. Status of that. You mean the morning?
The morning of the examination, yes, sir. The morning of the examination last Thursday, I asked you questions about Wally. Two statements you may have made to Wally, which you denied. At the lunch break,
Pina, speak into the microphone.
Mr. Efron, you called Wally, correct?
I called him after everything.
Wait, what?
Statements you may have made to Wally, which you denied. At the lunch break, Mr. Efron, you called Wally, correct?
I called him after.
And that was on Thursday. Does the prosecution just not have control of its witnesses? Because I guess I need to write this down too. By that I mean, again, I watched this to, get some tricks and whatever. So I guess from here on out, I need to tell my witnesses not to contact anybody while the proceedings are ongoing. Why would you do that? Okay, Brooklyn's getting Brooklyn's getting some popcorn. Why would you do that? What on earth? Oh my, and FIFA is still in disbelief. FIFA wanted FIFA wanted Rocky to give this man a few dollars, and they, I guess, would have gone their separate ways.
After everything, because
I don't know about that though, FIFA. The one thing about people with money, like a lot of money, they don't like to part with money. Like people with a lot of money do not like to part with money, not one bit. They don't like to part with their money.
I mean, you guys got y'all whipping up lies over here. None of it. You have no evidence to back that up.
You're not answering this question. He's talking about the lunch break. Ask it again.
Yeah, and again, here the judge, as he should, is taking control.
And I'm not. And I'm
Stand
allowed.
by. Wait. Ask the question again.
Correct. While his name was brought up on cross-examination, I made the statements you made on the recordings that
All right, that's not good. That is not good. That is not good.
you say were fake. You call Wally.
That's a compound question. It is. 3 questions. All right. You were inquiring about whether he made a phone call at the lunch, on the lunch break following your, beginning your cross-examination?
What on earth? Now, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Out of everything that, who's this, Relli has testified to, I think him reaching out to Wally is probably his biggest mistake. I mean, the case has issues, but this one has me puzzled.
Do you understand the question? All right. Did you call Wally during the lunch break?
No.
Did you call him after court?
Yes, I did.
No.
Okay.
And why did you call Wally?
Because I mean, you guys is just lying, lies after lies. You can't back it up.
That's not a good question. The why is not a good question. Again, he probably would not have gotten his answer. The way that Takapina should have phrased the question is basically accuse him, or maybe say he confronted him over recording the phone calls or something.
These guys, we can't back it up. I mean, you can't. You can't.
Now they're going toe for toe.
Did you hear the tape recording? Say fake.
All right. Stop. Ask another question.
I guess we'll see about that, right?
What on earth?
Sustained. And the court instructed previously, and this is editorializing, Mr. Orlando is not doing that in his arrest.
Right.
He's right.
But I know,
Like,
I wouldn't say saying,
I don't
made up
understand
answers.
what you're saying.
Don't editorialize.
And these strikers, his answers are,
They are not responsible.
they are not responsible.
Okay, and again, here's what I don't get about Takapina. Why are you arguing with a witness? Like, if you have actual questions, so this is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. Because again, I watched, after this, we will have time to, what time is it? It's still kind of early. After this, we're going to watch Megan's interview. I don't remember on which outlet, okay? But Megan was interviewed, and she pretty much hinted, not even hinted, she talked about Takapina's antics in the courtroom. Apparently, he may have, planned Rihanna getting up, arriving late, and then getting up, disrupting court proceedings, okay? This is what I'm thinking here. Unless he really has no self-control, I do not understand from a trial perspective, I do not understand why he cannot just ask his questions and call it a day. Because I'm trying to think that the questions are a distraction, and all he's really trying to do is rile the witness up. And if all he's really trying to do is rile the witness up, he might not have anything. So this is his best shot.
Anyway, so you called him because we were presenting fake evidence to you?
Yes or no?
I don't know, man. It's just,
What?
Why did you call him?
Because you guys just keep playing fake audio.
Are you saying that you called him to confront him?
Like fake stuff. I never said none of that to him. It doesn't even make
Okay, so this is pretty damaging. The prosecution can, redirect. I know that sounds weird, but they can redirect. And if they don't clear this mess up,
sense.
in
It
trouble.
doesn't fit in with this case. They're trying to slip it in.
Okay, stop. All right, did you answer the question?
So that's why you called Wally.
I mean, you guys are saying I'm cool with him and I got his number and he's making up fake lies. That's like, he didn't even answer, so I don't even know what we're talking about. He did not answer.
So Wally did not answer?
What are you gonna say? He answered?
Well, Wally could have, I guess Wally must have saved this man, because had he
Like, make
answered,
another spoof call?
Motion to strike is non-responsive.
Who's moving to strike his own?
wait, what?
Motion to strike is non-responsive.
Who's moving to strike
Did the judge say overruled?
his own testimony? Okay.
Yeah, the entire answer is not
Your
responsive.
Honor, counsel's editorializing indicating what I'm moving to strike. I'm following.
Yeah, Mr. Lewin, they should have had another prosecutor in here. Like, I understand Mr. Lewin's job. I think it's to, guide Mr. P, but Mr. Lewin makes it very, I mean, I understand what his job is. But he makes it very difficult. Okay, so Fever said definitely a distraction. Says it's definitely okay. The judge was starting to get frustrated, and then Brooklyn says that Capina is amazing. All right.
On the episode that says California has the counsel followed as well, and not editorial as to why I'm asking things to be stricken. It's improper.
Just stop squabbling. Just
Yeah.
stop.
like I understand. I understand. I completely get it. But it's exhausting. And when it's exhausting, I don't listen to you. And I guess that's why they have these positions here. He gets to talk, Mr. P talks, and the jury listens to him. And then Mr. Lewin talks, and we tune out.
Nobody, this is a no squabble zone. Stop it. All right.
Okay. You asked about text to Rocky and to his manager John after the incident. It was 21. Asked about
I
text
have a hard time understanding Takapina.
to Rocky and to his manager John after the incident. It was 21. Remember being asked that by Mr. Brislow a few minutes ago? Text after the incident saying, "You tried to kill me."
Say that again, I don't get what you're saying.
You asked about text messages by Mr. Brislow right here, just a few minutes ago. After the incident, where you text Rocky and his manager John saying you tried to kill me. You remember being asked those questions by Mr. Brislow?
I'm sorry, I don't get what you're saying. It's not clear. It's double negative. I don't get what you're saying right now. It's
Wait,
not
what?
clear.
All right. So I see somebody sent me a link regarding Jackie Johnson. I don't know anything about Jackie Johnson. I don't want to get into it. I guess I'll open it after we're done with this. So this video might actually be longer, or maybe I come back later on. But I don't know. Let me think about that. Yeah, the audio is awful. Yeah, I just received an email. I'm not going to take a look into it in terms of what happened to Jackie Johnson. I don't know if it's an acquittal, a conviction, a hung jury. The last thing that I heard about that case this morning was they called it was actually the defense. The defense had called one of the two. It's either the defense or the prosecution. They called one of the other district attorneys, the one who was supposed to take over the case or the investigation, and that attorney or the district attorney testified in a manner that assisted Jackie Johnson. Basically, the testimony that I listened to, he said something along the lines of the police had already made up its mind that it was a self-defense case or something along those lines, basically saying that She did not interfere with the case. But anyways, let's stick with ASAP Rocky.
Negative, I don't get what you're saying right now.
It's a double negative.
It's not
That man said, what?
it's not making no sense.
He said you are asking a nonsensical question right now.
I'm not ready to answer something I don't understand no more.
Do you remember? I'm gonna break the slow. Do you remember?
We got all day.
Yeah. He should have, and I get it. He's here to fight. He should have toned it down. The prosecution should have talked to him about toning it down. His attorney should have talked to him about, his civil attorneys should have talked to him about the importance of toning it down.
Do you remember? I'm gonna break the slow. Do you remember?
We got all day.
Do you remember being asked by Mr. Prislomic?
Oh, so it's Mr. Pislomic. There we go. Pislomic.
A few minutes ago today about text messages you sent.
Okay.
With me so far. Are you with me so far?
Yo, you're annoying, bro. Just
Woo! What? Wait, what? What on earth? What? Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, the man is annoying. I think he's annoying. Brooklyn thinks Tagapina is, amazing. But listen, really. Listen. What?
About text.
Manners would go a long way in this case. As a victim, you want the jury to sympathize with you. Okay? If the jury's not sympathizing with you, they're not going to go, they're just not going to go to bed for you. What on earth?
Text messages you sent.
Okay.
With me so far. Are you with me so far?
Yo, you're annoying, bro. Just come on.
What? What on earth? Wow. Okay.
We didn't even get to the case. What are we doing here?
Are you keeping up? Stop. Are you keeping up with the question?
What on earth? Wow. I have no words. I don't know. Okay, let's just play the audio.
I can't keep up with him. I can't take him serious.
No. You gotta answer the questions. He asks the questions. He's beginning to ask you a question. He just wants to know if you're keeping up with him. Just ask the whole question.
Sure. You recall being asked by Mr. Prislomic a few minutes ago about text messages you sent to Rocky and his manager after the incident saying you tried to kill him.
Yes.
Oh. And you were also saying you tried to kill me. During that same time, you were sending messages saying, I'm going to get that end money, right?
Bro, what are we?
I am in disbelief. I am floored. I'm floored. I'm like, what? Yeah. What on earth is going on?
We talking about assault or lawsuit? Like you keep trying to bring up
He's
lawsuit.
asking you a yes or no question. Listen to the question and
I don't
either
understand
yes, no, I don't know, or I don't recall. Go ahead.
At the same time you were saying that, you were also sending text messages saying, I'm going to get that end
I
money.
don't recall.
You don't recall? You don't recall seeing those messages up here?
Seeing what messages? Do you not like?
You have that message.
You know, I previously advised the court that I had a meeting.
Did you need to go?
Yeah, the court just advised the jury that my.
Yeah, Mr. Lewin has to leave. He's got an unavoidable commitment. He tried.
No. I think that's the older. Oh, that's the older. Yeah, he needs to leave the courtroom. I'm sorry. I thought he was the younger guy. Okay, yeah, he can leave the courtroom.
Responded. He couldn't, so he's gonna leave now. He'll be back at 1:30, right?
Yes, I will, you're probably, yes, I'll be there.
Okay, good. You can definitely leave. We don't need you. You can leave.
You promise not? You can move back.
Why do you think you're better?
Put up.
Why is John?
I don't know. Kelly, are you still here? Are you still here? Oh, we still have Benji up in here. We still have Benji up in here. Hold on, wait. What?
Guys' text message is different from what I'm seeing all the time. I just don't get this. It's two different, like,
Is this already exhibit?
yes,
Which exhibit is it?
what?
Oh,
I can't see nothing. I don't know what I'm looking at.
okay, sir. This is not time for you to air your grievance, or maybe it is. I don't know. You're in a court of law, and maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe that's where you do it. But oh my goodness, I don't know.
It's not on the screen in front of you? Is it on the screen?
Yeah, I see this, but I don't know.
You see the words?
Yeah.
That's what this shirt.
So on.
Words.
I want to see. No, but the chat, chat can be distracting. Never mind.
The next morning, November 7th, 6:40 a.m., you sent a message saying to John.
No, that's not
I don't
John.
want
That's
Who's
not
that?
John.
Who's that?
That's my business partner.
Well,
So
that's
you're lying.
Justin.
You're lying.
That's Justin.
You know that's Justin. You're not even putting names.
Oh my goodness. You guys, I cannot do this. I cannot do this. Well, I mean, apparently Tagapina is, I guess I kind of understand. I kind of understand Relli from this perspective. If it, I kind of understand Relli from this perspective, and here's why. If Takapina knows that this text message was not sent to ASAP Rocky's manager, and he is mischaracterizing the, or maybe he's doing this so he can piss him off. I don't know something's going on. Something's going on. Zeta, let me see that phone, please.
To John.
No, that's not John.
Kelly, I want to send you I want to text you, but Zeta doesn't want to give my phone to me. I don't know your email. Please send me an email to iwantarelawyer@gmail.com. iwantarelawyer@gmail.com and include your real name so I know it's you. But I have a question because I think you're probably going to go to bed in a little bit. I have a question though.
That's not John. That's my business partner.
Well,
So
that's
you're lying.
Justin.
You're lying.
That's Justin.
You know that's Justin. You're not even putting names next to it.
So what you said to him.
All right. I don't like that response of, I guess Takapina is really lying, but as Takapina, I would not want the jury to hear me being called a liar. I would not, I don't know. It doesn't, I don't know. Let's get into
That
it.
same
But
time.
you just lied.
Stop it. Stop it.
Like, what am I having?
Okay,
What am I
who is this
hoping
text
to
going to?
for?
Who is this text being sent
Well, I
to?
do not want to stay here. You put me on. I'm not on trial. I've been here for 5 days dealing with this man. You just said it was a manager. This is not a manager.
Chill.
And I'm ready to fucking go.
Yeah. I don't know, Relli. There's something there, right? There's something there, and the prosecution should have been able to explain that away again. They should have been able to explain why he's so aggravated, irritated with Takapina. That should have, not necessarily, the question should not be why frustrated with the lawyer, but under, why you so frustrated during a cross or recross. Because this could go either way. If the jury finds or senses that Takapina is lying, then I don't know. Yeah, and Fever, the judge did say chill. The judge did say just chill, Ooh. Mm. Okay, Fever said that Lewin left because he sees the BS and Rocky is winning the case. Relli's gonna get some money though. Okay. And then Benji said, yeah, Relli has no patience. And that's it's not gonna go down for you. It's just under these circumstances, right? Because I'm thinking about the civil case as well. If ASAP Rocky's attorneys are watching, which I know they're watching, okay, under these circumstances, they too would want to take this to trial because they probably know that who's this? Relli is going to fold. Okay, he's going to fold. He's not going to be able to hold up as a witness. Yeah, I don't know. There's something there. And I just wish that like if the man has, I don't know. There's something. I don't want to, put stuff on this man, but there's something going on. Brooklyn says, have you ever seen this behavior in real court? He would have been held in contempt and locked up so fast. I've seen worse than this, Brooklyn. I've seen worse than this. And even as far as contempt, very few people get held in contempt. Very few people get held in contempt. That's not something that judges exercise a lot. I mean, I've seen defendants cuss judges out in court, and I'm trying to think of all the courtrooms. I've had somebody, actually, most recently, you guys know, I was a public defender up until last January. So yeah, I've only been doing civil litigation for a little over a year. But yeah, I mean, even in court, I've had people that I was representing just get up there and call me names and cuss me out and stuff. So yeah, so as far as real court, it depends on the judge. Typically, judges rarely take action unless the conduct is directed towards them. And again, I've also seen I've seen judges get cussed out and them really not doing anything about it. So for people to say that he'd be held in contempt, it depends on the judge. It depends on the judge.
You just said he was a manager. This is
Chill.
not the manager.
Chill.
I know where you go.
Was this text to John or is this to your manager?
This is
to
to
your
my,
partner?
it's my business partner.
Okay, business partner.
So you sent to your business partner, 6:48.
This judge has so much patience. Judge Arnold has so much patience.
That same morning that you sent me Rocky a message saying you tried to kill me, a message saying, I want to get this ends money.
Yes, that's my business partner. He shot me. I have no career.
You were asked why Mr. First Lomick, you saw that videotape of you sitting with the
Pezlomek.
the floors in that. Remember that?
Yes.
And you were asked on page 3 of the transcript. Your Honor, I'm not going to replay it, but we can just go to page 3 of that transcript. Please.
You got it?
No, I'm trying to trip me up.
Just take a look.
Wait, what's going on? And listen, this man drinks a lot of water. You guys need to get your water intake up. Relli drinks a lot of water.
I'm trying to trip me up.
Just take a look.
And he called him a liar. I don't know. Fever says the judge makes the final word in some cases. Yeah, in some. He called his partner and Rocky has no idea what he's talking about. Brooklyn, I don't quite understand your text. Kelly, I don't know if you've texted me or not, but I'm a little distracted. Oh, I'm so distracted.
Got me looking stupid for 5 days.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Really, you are not helping yourself. I guess this must be what you were saying to ASAP Rocky and them that night. If this is probably what he was saying, and this might be it. You guys out there calling people stupid, crackheads, telling them they live in the projects.
Got me looking stupid for 5 days.
Stop,
I'm on trial.
stop, don't say it.
Oh, yeah. This is the problem. This is the real problem. The problem, again, I'm not concerned with the shell casings. To me, that can be explained. I'm not concerned with anything. I don't know. I don't know how they recover. I don't know how they recover. Because, again, the jury's not. This is the problem's here.
On page 3, lines 14, 15, and 16, so look at that.
On this,
Yes, on the back.
I mean, he can kind of ground himself a little bit. I don't know. There might be something up with him.
what am I looking at?
Lines 14, 15, and 16. Page 3. So, sir, while you were watching the video with
I mean, absent any neurodivergence concerns, or I don't know. I'm gonna leave him alone.
you said that, and you see my girl, right? That was my girl I was with.
Let me see. Prosecution, I guess Lewin should have stayed. I would be objecting here.
Your testimony.
And the reason why I'd be objecting again, the purpose of recross limited to what was elicited during redirect.
That as you watch that video, you saw your girl living apart with you.
Objection is six.
Sister,
What did you mean by that? When you
I
said
don't
that?
recall, it was a long time ago. Next.
I know.
Woo! Did he say next? Hold on. Wait. What's going on? What's going on? Wait, what? I think, am I tripping?
Objection is six.
Sister,
What did you mean by that? When you
I
said
don't
that?
recall, it was a long time ago. Next.
I know.
Woo! Woo! What on earth is going on? Unless there's something, I guess this was a pretty lengthy recross. I do not see Takapina owning this young man. I don't see it. What? Am I wait, what? Ooh. All right, hold on. We need a breather. Let's quickly breathe, because okay, maybe I need to breathe. I need to do the breathing. I just need to. I'm not prepared, you guys. I'm not prepared. All right, let's breathe. Let's breathe. Okay. All right. Ooh. Okay. All right. Okay, let's breathe. I'm gonna rewind this just a little bit, and then let's. All right. I think we're calm enough. Let's go.
X.
I don't recall.
Well, I mean, you asked a bunch of questions about insurance.
I just said I don't recall. It has nothing to do with nothing.
Let me see if everybody's on the
Let's keep it going.
Yeah, that's the prosecution's biggest problem right there. The biggest problem, not the inconsistencies, not the shell casings, not the injuries, not the prop gun. The biggest problem, victim's demeanor and the lack of manners. That's a real problem. Oh, and Brooklyn said it only gets better. There's no way. Brooklyn, I cannot take this. I cannot. There's no way. There's no way it can get worse than this under those circumstances. I refuse to believe. I refuse to believe that Relli just does not know how to behave. I no. There's no way it gets better. Absolutely not. No way. This is too much. This is too much for me. Kelly, your email is going to wait because I cannot even type. This is just what? I cannot take this. I cannot. What? Wow. Wow. I've actually never seen an attorney in real life. I've never seen an attorney get owned by a witness like this. I've never seen it. Every case that I've seen in real life, an attorney is able to control the witness. And I've said this previously. I said that in that YSL trial. I said for cross-examination, for that person to testify, the witness to testify in your favor, come at them with a friendly demeanor. Yeah, no, this is like a movie. What? This what? Wow. What do you mean by Stockholm syndrome? Because that means you're sympathizing with your oppressor. So what do you mean by that, Brooklyn? Who's sympathizing with who? Wow. I wonder what the judge told them. What did the judge tell them? Wow, I'm stunned. What time is it? 6. I'm stunned. What? Yeah, and I had actually planned on being done by now. I'm gonna get through the entire video though. You guys know I cannot stop pausing. So however long it takes me, I plan on filing my taxes tonight. So yeah, I have to file my taxes and then I have to work on some other stuff, but I'm stunned. What are you referring to, Callie? Why are you asking Brooklyn as well? Because I don't understand what Brooklyn's saying. Okay, so the judge talks to him. I guess this talk is not going to help because Brooklyn says it gets better or worse. It's, I don't know, tragic.
Yes. Do not make any comments to him. No derogatory, nothing insulting.
What's insulting? What?
Insulting.
Yeah, that's really going to be, that's a prosecution's biggest problem. Their problem is not the evidence. Their biggest problem is the, I don't even know what to call this. Like, what's going on? Maybe they should have taken like a 5-minute breather or something. Him get off the stand, use the bathroom. He drank a lot of water. He might have to actually go to the bathroom and he's just not saying anything.
Steph, I just want to talk about one more thing.
Okay, and then Brooklyn, when you say that it gets better, is it just from Relli or is the lawyer also going toe to toe? Because my heart cannot take this, you guys. I cannot. Whew. The witness becomes the lawyer and starts to cross-examine the lawyer from the witness stand. No, no, there's no way that's going to happen. What on earth am I watching? I guess this is how it goes in larger cities. Wow.
People asked about this clarification that you made over the weekend regarding you recalling that shooting was in Los Angeles. You testified on redirect Mr. Preslomé that you didn't understand my question. Last Friday, I asked you, a few weeks before you claimed you found 2 9mm shell casings at the scene on November 6, 2021. I asked you if you fired 9mm weapons at a shooting range, and you said, definitely not.
It
I
absolutely.
then asked you, definitely not. And you said, you heard me, definitely not. Watch this clip.
Wait,
3
what?
years and 3 months ago.
Tacopina,
Watch this clip. And you said, you heard me, definitely not. Watch this clip.
did he say watch yourself, or is this incorrect? I need somebody. What did Tacopina say? Afifa says it's no way this case continues next week. Why don't you think it's going to continue next week? Did he say watch yourself?
It was 3 years and 3 months ago. You expect me to?
Just a minute.
These people are going to drive this. They're going to drive the judge. They're driving me crazy. Wait, I just need confirmation. What did Tacopina say to the witness? What did Tacopina say?
Watch this clip.
Did he say watch yourself? Watch you slip? Why did you slip? Maybe he said, why did you slip?
It was 3 years and 3 months ago. You expect me to?
Just a minute. This is,
This problem.
I assume this is foundation.
What's going on with the lens? Come on now.
A few weeks before November 6, 2021.
What's going on? Oh, okay, never mind. We're watching footage. Okay, they have court TV out there.
And a few weeks before, you testified that you found shell casings at the scene, 9mm shell casing. You fired
Okay, so watch it for yourself. That makes sense.
9mm weapons at a shooting range, correct? Definitely not. Definitely not.
That's probably what the judge. That's definitely what the judge told him, because I'm tired.
You heard me, definitely not.
Okay. You only said 9mm. There was multiple guns. You only showed 2 guns. Oh, sorry.
Then I showed you a video of you at a shooting range on October 19, 2021 after that answer. And I asked you about your testimony that you didn't fire any guns before November 6, 2021. And then you told this jury, I said unless I was at a shooting range. After saying definitely not. Play that, please.
Okay, so this part, as far as Tacopina, when he's not involved in his antics, this part is very good. Impeaching him here, again, ordinarily, you'd not have access to this footage. The difference is that this is being televised. So this was good.
Mr. That part what you just told this jury. I don't know what I'm doing 365 days I'll be there. I don't know. What you just told this jury was that
Him walking around is making me dizzy.
before November 6, 2021, you didn't fire any guns. Because you didn't have the guns. That was just that last time I told I shooting range.
This part was good. I'll give Tacopina that.
Then, as a matter of fact, we were talking about that shooting range, trying to find out where it was.
And I said Jersey.
I know you said
I said Jersey, but like what I said,
There's no question, there's no question
I'm so sick of this.
being asked of you right now. Just stop. Wait till you get the question.
you heard Mr. Lewin and the prosecutor ask for a stipulation that that was outside of California. Watch this clip.
Yeah, I definitely cannot. I cannot take this. Like, I just.
The date on the rest of the day, here's the stipulation on the date. Yes.
Again, this is not the norm because most court proceedings are not being recorded. So I suppose in this case, this is an advantage that ASAP Relli has, and I'm saying ASAP Relli because he's the defendant. That's an advantage he has that he otherwise would not have had access to.
We have stipulated.
October 19, 2020. And where is this?
why this is great, because ordinarily the jury is sequestered. Okay, so when they're deliberating, they cannot go watch court TV to watch things back. They have to rely on their notes. But this video, oh yeah, they can ask to watch these videos. And then again, here's the thing: once a jury begins deliberating, if they have any questions, whatever questions they ask, we know what the focus is on. So if they're more focused on, questions that Takapina asked, or if they're more focused on the surveillance footage, we can kind of, tell where what they're thinking. All right, let's see.
On that date, this is outside of California.
I cannot hear
I
that.
don't know where it was at.
I cannot hear that.
So, this little asked for a stipulation that was taken outside of California. I said, I don't know where it was taken. I asked you. Because you took the video. I said, where was it taken? And that's when you said you don't know, maybe New Jersey, right?
Yeah,
But you also said maybe New Jersey, not Los Angeles.
okay, I did my homework, and it was.
Okay, well,
It was.
Okay.
Is this the picture where you, I mean, if you have it on my phone, it should say. You don't remember where it was, you should have that, it's timestamped. It is not, it's timestamped, it should show you.
What they're asking for.
No, where's the wrong picture? No, where's the right? It's like we're in New Jersey or something like that, or like, I'm sorry, yes, it's not illegal.
Maybe New Jersey.
not LA though.
Of course, I mean, like what I said,
There's no question pending.
I mean,
you asked me this, and you
Just
expect.
wait.
I mean, he did ask a question. The question was not LA though.
The question was not LA. Well, it's.
You said to this,
Just a minute.
yes, sir.
Dang, everybody's talking over the judge.
As phrased, not LA is vague. Flesh out the question.
One thing he was certain
So ask a better question.
about, although you didn't know where it was, you said maybe New Jersey. One thing he was certain about, when he testified to the jury, was it was not LA. That's what he just.
Okay, so during redirect, the prosecution comes up here, says you were not sure where it was. You testified that you're not sure where it was. You looked at your Instagram and you corrected yourself.
I mean, I was just trying to get you.
Is that yes or no?
Yes, whatever.
So again, the prosecution should have noted that he was trying to explain himself, basically saying he was just trying to get through the answers. So you ask on redirect.
Then yesterday,
Yeah, where were you guys yesterday?
after 2:00 in the afternoon,
Friday,
no, sir, yesterday.
Sunday?
Oh, yeah, I'm like, wait, what? What were you guys doing on Sunday?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Stick with me. Then yesterday, after 2:00 in the afternoon, well, before 2:50 in the afternoon, that 50-minute window, you called Mr. Sloman, telling
To who? Oh, the prosecutor.
him,
And this is what I like about this DA's office. Okay, this DA's office again. I'm trying to think. It's a report. It's the interviews from the DA's office that don't actually help their case. And this is the third instance of this phone call. They pretty much turn over everything. So that's what I like about this DA's office. They don't hide, at least they don't appear to be hiding the ball. Brooklyn says you're watching it on Law and Crime. Who is replaying a court TV on Law and Crime? Yeah, that is very deep. That is very deep. Brooklyn says Rocky locked out for this judge. Judge Whitaker wouldn't have taken this nonsense. I think so as well. I mean, even the judge from the preliminary hearing, walking around like he has got this signed and sealed. So this is Fever talking about. What's his name again? I don't know, the lawyer. Apparently, he's basically just pacing, like, I've got this.
You wanted to clarify some information from your testimony last week, correct?
Oh, yeah, I had to go back and do my homework. You asked me
Just answer the damn question. Answer the question. Let's move on. We don't want to be here. Answer the question. Okay, come.
Is the answer yes, that you did?
Yes.
Okay. And specifically, you advised Mrs. Brzlovic that you could recall where the video from the shooting range was finally recorded, correct?
Yes, it says Los Angeles on my timestamp on my phone, which you wouldn't allow me to see.
And you,
Wait. Woo! Hold on. Okay. I don't know if the prosecution caught that or not. I don't know if they caught that or not.
It was on my timestamp on my phone, which you wouldn't allow me to see.
and you,
Yeah. So that again, this is my problem with Takapina's questions. I mean, again, the witness also does not answer questions. But that response there is basically Relli saying that, yeah, you would not allow me to see the entirety of it, and you somehow expected me to tell you where this was taken.
I wouldn't allow you to
I
see
mean,
the
you knew it said Los Angeles one.
Exactly. So this is the part that I don't like. This is the part that I don't like.
Video over.
And again, this is from the perspective of what is this? The defense perspective. I just do not like that Takapina gives Relli opportunities for him to explain himself away.
All right, don't debate with Mr. Takapina.
Yeah.
Wait for another question.
You told Mrs. Brzlovic that you had gone back and reviewed your Instagram, and that you now recall that the video was recorded in Los Angeles on October 19, 2021. Correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Mr. Efron, there is nothing in your Instagram that shows you in Los Angeles on October 19, 2021.
How do you respond to this, Efron? How do you respond to this?
Is there?
Yes, it is.
Really? I'm going to give you a live phone. You show me on your Instagram.
Woo! All right. Woo! And I mean, under these circumstances, Takapina really wants it to be Los Angeles. So, yeah, he really, I don't know exactly why. Okay, I guess he's challenging him as far as credibility to show that he's a liar. But otherwise, the testimony would pretty much line up with, him wanting, or at least the defense hoping that the shooting range is in California.
Show me on your Instagram where it shows that you're in Los Angeles on October 19th.
And I don't know how Instagram works. What other folks can see, is that different from what the owner actually has, or no? Is that different? I'm just talking about view in terms of location and times and things of that nature. So, yeah, I don't know.
2021.
What do you mean a live phone?
A phone with your Instagram. With your Instagram.
No, we would have to go see. Now you think you slick. We would have to go to my phone.
Yeah, that's my, at least that's my question. Again, I don't know Instagram, but I'd like to know the difference. Is there a difference if you're looking at, the account itself, the account holder, the folks that are seeing it on the other side, is it different? Does that make sense in terms of location? I don't know. Anyways, Brooklyn said it gets worse. Let's see. I guess this is where it, and I don't know why Takapina would, unless there's nothing on this person's phone, because the jury can be allowed to take a look at this phone. And I would not want, I don't want jury going through my phone. There's nothing, but still.
2021.
What do you mean a live phone?
A phone with your Instagram. With your Instagram.
No, we would have to go.
Okay, the prosecution, I guess they kind of needed Lewin, because as a prosecutor, this is where I'm objecting. I don't know what on earth I'm objecting to, but I'd be objecting.
Oh, see, now you think you slick. We would have to go to my phone, my actual phone, and go to my archive.
I don't know why the prosecutor, you better be texting Mr. Lewin or somebody, hopefully, I mean, I was allowed to have a phone in court, but you better be texting somebody in your office. Somebody in your office better be watching. They're probably not watching the live stream. People have actual cases, but the prosecutor, you're not, you know. Okay, Benji doesn't know. Callie says, if your location is on, or if you tag your location, everyone can see it. Okay. What does HR stand for? What does HR stand for? I don't know. You guys know abbreviations, and we don't.
After show me something of my highlights, which is not there. You think you slick?
Stop.
Yeah. So prosecution, I guess this is where you have your witness take out the phone. But again, the problem is prosecution. If your witness takes out the phone and he doesn't show it, you got problems.
This is,
You're not gonna keep tripping me up. I'm on track.
Whoa, this is not good. Is it okay? I just need to take a breather. I need to take a breather because I cannot stand all this yelling.
Stop. This is,
You're not gonna keep tripping me up. I'm on track.
Stop. Just stop talking.
Your Honor, we have a letter from the VA, and the letter says that Mr. Efron informed them that he went on his Instagram.
Yes, my Instagram.
All right.
Your turn, as in Relli boss.
You're trying to show me somebody else's that I can't activate where I can go to my archive. You're not
All right,
slick.
stop it. He doesn't need to.
And I don't know why, but that's why Mr. Lewin is in court. Mr. Lewin, the judge, Relli, and I don't know the lawyer's name. They're all arguing and screaming right now. That's why, Mr. P, you are asleep.
You go on someone else's phone.
Yeah, I would be objecting as prosecutor. Of course, I'm objecting.
You have your phone.
You know I don't got it. It's over there. We can get it though. I can show you. We can go get it right now.
So your
We can clear this
Instagram
up.
is what caused.
All right, let's breathe.
You to go back.
No, you did because you're sneaky.
Don't be insulting. Stop it.
Yeah, and that's it. That's a problem. That's the problem. If you have the judge yelling at you,
I'm feeling.
He is not insulting you. Don't insult him. Don't insult any lawyer that's asking you questions. You're not doing yourself any good by doing that.
right? That's a big problem here. That is the biggest problem here.
I mean, I'm getting screwed. I mean, this is not where I.
How much longer?
Yeah. Again, the prosecution did not prep this man. They did not prep, but when they called him up on that stand, they did not prepare him. This man he has no idea what he walked into.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. When I talk to my clients, I tell them about the other side. I tell them about the other, not the other witness. I tell them about the other, tell them about the other attorney. Tell them you're basically walking into, then my clients aren't walking into Lions Dance because I prepped them. But I don't, they should have prepped this man. Callie says, I think at this point, the tactic is to make Relli look bad. Yeah, I think that's the actual tactic, and Relli's just not helping himself.
2 minutes are. Well,
Because I think that's it, because the questions are not, there was that one question. As far as him bringing back the court TV footage, that was good. But other than that, the questions aren't that great.
10.
All
Question
right,
3.
it's 12 o'clock. I would like to get finished with
Yeah, we will.
Mr. Efron.
Yeah, the judge is frustrated.
Question 3.
It's 12 o'clock. I would like to get finished with
Yeah, we will.
Mr. Efron before we take the break.
So anyway, what was it that caused you to remember this? What did you see?
You. Yeah, your question asking, not giving me time, tripping me up. So I went back.
Yeah, again, Takapina, why are you asking a question like this? Why are you giving this man an opportunity to explain himself away? You listen, Takapina can only ask this type of questions if he has something that's going to contradict what he's saying. But other than that, it does his client no good.
And I analyzed my whole Instagram, analyzed everything you said, and I started realizing what you was doing. So then I went to my archive. You just try to show me something off a story that you can't get in your archive. So you're already like lying.
Okay, somebody that when it comes, obviously, if I had a case that had to do with Instagram, I'd have educated myself, but that's not. Most of the people I defend are much older, and people are still on Facebook. I don't have Facebook though. I want the archives he's talking about. Does that make a difference? Can you go back to archives and, take? I don't know. Somebody explain the whole archives thing to me. In archive, do you see time and location, or what exactly is Relli saying?
People are lying about the situation because I cannot see it through that way. I would
You
throw it on my phone.
you cannot accuse anybody of lying. Do not do that.
Nobody
I told you, nothing derogatory.
But nobody told me this.
I'm telling you, and I've been telling you, do not be derogatory toward anyone in this courtroom.
Yeah, that's the prosecution's biggest problem right there. Again, those shell casings, this and that, the footage, the lawsuit, everything else. That's not their problem. Their biggest problem is the witness and his inability to answer questions and getting easily riled up. Okay, so Brooklyn says, watch him when he's done with the witness. Are you talking about Takapina? Of course, you can see how Takapina walks. Even Fever said he's walking around like he got this, signed and sealed. So I know he's gonna do something. He might do a little squat or something. Even he could, he might dance or something. Yeah, but here's the thing: Takapina, based on what I've seen, more of a showman. Okay, more of a showman. I'm not going to say no real skill, because for the officer, that cross-examination was good. As far as for the second witness, he really did not get much out of her, because there was really not much he could, get out of her. Okay, so Callie's saying that you can archive a post. Only you are able to see the archive post. The archive post maintains the original date and time when something was posted. Got it. Okay, got it. So I suppose the what is this? The date probably reminded him of where he was at the time.
Stefan, in fact, what happened yesterday was at 2:00 and at 2:11, somebody called with the handling of "Don't F."
Man, this for a hard time understanding what he's saying.
Somebody called with the handling of "Don't F with Justice" posted 2 photos
Somebody by the name of Don't F with Justice
on Twitter of you at the shooting range and the Los Angeles Gun Club at the shooting.
I don't know about none of this.
Hold on. What's the objection? What's the objection? She's saying.
I'm asking you the question.
Okay, so the question is out.
What these are. Well, let me show you this.
It also called for hearsay to be relevant.
No.
If it doesn't call for hearsay, the question calls for yes or no. Go ahead and show it. Don't.
No, it does call for hearsay. Definitely calls for hearsay, because hearsay out of court statement offered to prove the truth of the matter asserted. So under these circumstances, that statement of justice, whatever, it is hearsay. I disagree with the judge on this ruling.
Have you look at it first.
Yeah, I disagree with the ruling. This is hearsay.
Did you see? Here's my question before I show it to you. Did you see?
What?
Before it's shown in.
Did you see? Here's my question before I show it to you. Did you see the Twitter post yesterday?
Oh no, on Twitter, if you view somebody's post, can people see that you viewed it, or how does it work?
At 2:00, and another at 2:11 showing a picture of you at the shooting range that was displayed in court, and another side by side of the Los Angeles Gun Club shooting range, which is identical to the one of you in court.
Yes
Did
or
you
no?
see that?
Yes or no?
I don't get the question. You gotta say it again, please.
Sure. Take a look at that.
That was sent to me this morning through a friend. I never seen that.
Oh, so you did see that?
Yeah, that was sent through this morning. Somebody sent it to me.
All right, so whatever Mr. Takapita just showed you, when was the first time you saw what he just showed you?
This morning in a text message. Somebody sent this to me.
What time
I
did you
don't
see
know.
it? About.
She hit me last night, the girl who sent this to me, and then I seen it this morning. But this is the first time I
All
saw
right,
it
this morning is the first time you see it.
And what that is a picture of you from the video in court last week at the gun.
And somebody needs to have a CLE on, going to trial during the age of social media. Because maybe I need to get on social media because there's social media stuff. I'm gonna have to charge my phone in a little bit. Zeta, bring the extension cord, please.
Well, that you didn't know where it was, in New Jersey, but not Los Angeles.
I mean,
And it was, and let me finish my question.
No objection,
And-
argument, Your Honor.
It is, sustained part of the question.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody's saying that Tacopina is doing brilliantly if the questions are not coming through, if they're being sustained. So far, unless there's more to this, so okay, there's actually more. Okay, there's more. But so far, the best thing he has done in probably even better than actual cross-examination was that core TV footage. That was brilliant.
What is that a picture of, sir?
Objection relevant.
Overruled.
it's a recreational shooting range, sir.
And what's the other picture?
It's a shooting range.
Yeah, the one on the left. What's the one on the left there?
That's me at the shooting range.
Oh, we got that. Yes, the one with you with the shooting, right?
Okay.
Okay.
He said, okay.
The recreational shooting range is the Los Angeles Gun Club, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So that was posted at 2:00 yesterday, as it says on the post. And coincidentally, right after 2:00, you called Mr. Sloan to say, I remembered I
I
was
did
in
not
Los
see
Angeles.
this, and I put down.
Let him
stack
finish the
fight.
question.
I did not see this, and I don't need to see this. I told you I went through
Mr.
my.
Efron, let him finish the question.
So it's your testimony, sir, that it is a mere coincidence that minutes after, let me finish my question.
Yeah, prosecution should have been objecting to mere coincidence.
It's your testimony, Mr. Efron, that it is a mere coincidence that minutes after these pictures were posted on the internet by somebody entitled named Don't F with Justice, pictures posted showing you at the Los Angeles Gun Club on October 19, 2021. It's a mere coincidence that you then have to call the DA within minutes of that post to say,
Brooklyn, what? I'm so nosy. Okay, let me listen to this. I'm so nosy. Let me get off the chat. Okay.
you went back and looked at your Instagram and somehow you refresh your recollection that you were in Los Angeles on that day.
I mean, you just listen to yourself. I took me
Oh.
a whole day.
That man said, listen to yourself. he said what? He said what? He said, listen to yourself.
You were in Los Angeles on that day.
I mean, you just listen to yourself. It took me all day. It took me from Friday. You as a kid, you're alive. I had to figure it out. It wasn't easy.
What was that? What did you call him?
I said he's alive to deal with, so I had to
Oh,
figure it
alive.
out.
All right.
I had to figure it
I
out.
thought you said you're not.
Ooh, the judge was about to pound him.
I could not figure it out on Sunday. I had to keep looking and find it because, like what I said, it wasn't easy.
All right.
Let me wrap this up with this. Mr. Efron, you saw your,
Like what I said, it wasn't easy.
All right.
let me wrap this up with this.
Okay, he said we can wrap it up with this. All right. I guess firecrackers. All right, let's get ready. All right.
Mr. Efron, you saw the video of your trial testimony on this topic, correct? Just a few minutes ago.
Okay.
Okay.
He said, okay. I'm sorry. I'm so immature. All right.
Yes, I did. Okay.
Is that yes?
Yes.
Did you look like you were confused by that question at all when you said definitely not?
I'm gonna be honest. I just wanted to stop talking to you.
Whoop. He said what?
Yes.
Did you look like you were confused by that question at all when you said definitely not?
I'm gonna be honest. I just wanted to stop talking to you.
Wow.
I thought it was over.
So you just made an answer.
It's not an answer. I just
Just
didn't understand. I needed time. Obviously, something like that, you need time. A lot of your questions, you need time. You don't show me no dates, no nothing. Just like how you said, John.
Nothing pending. Stop.
Is that it?
Say it again.
I'm good. I'm good.
I mean, that's nothing, Brooklyn. Brooklyn, you were preparing me. I thought I was going to see something. That is nothing. He pretty much walked off the same way he did after cross-examination. Okay, but for recross, I am giving him a higher score than actual cross because cross was just, I mean, he did get owned though. So I don't know. For this one, I'll give him recross. Let's give him a 7 because that core TV, that feed, that was brilliant. That was well done. That was well done. Let me see. What other concerns from redirect that I would have liked to address on recross? Let me think about that for a bit. All right, so let's see what's happening here. Callie says, I'm not sure if the date change when you restore the archive. Okay, Callie, Callie said I'm supposed to be sleeping, but this is crazy. This is wild. This is wild. Oh, okay, I'm not sure about now deleted my account when, okay, apparently when President Musk acquired it, but previously you couldn't see who viewed your post. Okay, just the number of people that viewed it. Okay, you said you're going to drop some news at 6 p.m. I'm still waiting. No, I said sometime this week. Sometime this week. Sometime this week. Damn, Brooklyn's just as nosy as I am. Brooklyn is just as nosy as I am. Callie said, would have loved to see Bev with us. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know, Brooklyn. What do you make of that? Bev presiding over this case. What do you make of that?
All right. Yes, Mr. Efron, you are excused. We'll go back.
Mr. Efron did what?
Yes, Mr. Efron, you are excused.
Oh, you are excused. The prosecutor, you should have come back with what the hell? I would have come back and cleared up a whole bunch of those problematic areas. What on earth?
We'll go back. You need 135 or 130. Mr. Zillman?
I'll do my best.
You want 145? Would that be better?
People gave me a headache.
Any more time, the better.
All right, folks, we'll be back in session at 145.
1:45. How much lunch did what? These people take some pretty lengthy lunch break.
Mr. Zillman has some work to do, some electronic work. Please don't discuss the case amongst yourselves or anybody else. Please don't review anything in print media or.
Oh my goodness. These people are a headache. It's stressing me out.
Board was taken out.
Yeah, but the recross definitely better than the actual cross. Because over here, yeah, I don't know, he's still kind of their own though. So I don't know, zero control over the witness, but the witness can also not be controlled. So
Okay, but there's some things that I definitely don't want the jury to hear.
okay, what?
On the 3-minute call, between 1 minute and 55 seconds and 2 minutes and 22 seconds, there's discussion about what Relli thinks Rocky is on Rocky's rap sheet, and I assume Rocky has a rap sheet. And also that Rocky buys people off.
Woo! All right. And this is a nice judge. This is a not, listen, A$AP Rocky got very lucky. He got very, very, very lucky. Because again, this is a question. As far as the buying off thing, I consider that's something that a prosecution should have brought out during direct. Okay, they should have talked a little bit about, Ills, and what's the other person's name? Whatever the other person's name is. Talked a little bit about those arrangements in terms of where they live, how they support. I mean, the judge probably will not let you get in depth, but you should have shown a little bit of that.
I don't want the jury hearing it.
I did take that out.
Good.
Do you know, you say the 3 minutes, do you know what the number
1 minute and 55 seconds to 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Then,
Old bag is in here. She said, "You're pregnant." Yay! That's funny. Old bag. Old bag is something else. But old bag cannot wait for the gender reveal.
that's all my concern with that.
Shout out to old bag though. What's up, love? Did you have a good day?
On that. Then there's
Yeah, ASAP Relli got very lucky. He got a good judge.
One, I think it's the longest.
And I here's one thing this case will highlight: the judge you get matters, okay? Because they decide what comes in, what goes out. ASAP Rocky got very lucky.
It's 7094. It's where, well, it's between 5 minutes.
I'm gonna name her Sarah. I'm gonna name her Sarah.
And 25 seconds and 6 minutes. Relli's talking about the potential sentence. I don't want the jury hearing that.
Okay, that potential sentence I completely get, but it's no, actually, on second thought, as the prosecutor, I'll probably argue against that. And here's the reason why. The reason I'd argue against that is because the defense is pretty. Where's Mr. Lewin? Where's Lewin? The reason why I'd argue against that is because that portion is relevant because it counters the defense narrative that Relli is after money. If you're after money, you shouldn't be as concerned with a criminal case. That's just my thought process.
And then it, beginning at 8 minutes and 15 seconds.
Shout out to Sarah. Oh, bad guy, I'm funny. I'm naturally funny. I'm witty. I'm quick with it. Okay.
Sorry. Beginning 8 minutes and 15 seconds. There's discussion about, the white people. White people will see what Rocky knows. And
Wait, what? Hold on. Hold on. White people did what? Sure. Plug that up for me, please. So Dang, you guys are the real MVPs. You guys are the real MVPs. And old bag said he said something. I said, no. I should have just known. When I called Zeta to bring the extension cord for me to charge my MacBook, I should have known that she was going to disconnect the Wi-Fi, which she did. But anyways, let me find the video. All right, let's see. So Benji agreed. I suppose Benji was talking about, the judge. All right. Okay, where are you driving to? What are you driving, old bag? A tractor? Is it a tractor? What are you driving? Okay. Shout out to all the scrippers, okay? Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm glad that everybody was well behaved while I was away, okay? Yeah, I don't know. I should have known she was going to disconnect the Wi-Fi, but we're back. All right, let's see. Let's get back in.
And doesn't know what Rocky knows and doesn't know. And then there's also his feelings about Rocky. I especially don't want to hit the jury to hear about, about the white people. Race.
White people. Yeah, because I mean, again, this is a fair judge. Because if it's just a bunch of white people and the witness is saying X, Y, and Z about white people, why should we be listening to you? I mean, overall, Relli's in. I don't know what he got himself into, but he got himself into something.
No role in this whatsoever. The rest of that tape is pretty
Which tape though?
innocuous.
Hold on, Your Honor. He's checking to see.
Yeah. Listen, ASAP Rocky got very lucky. This is a more than fair judge. A more than fair judge.
Verify on all of that, we can't unring this now.
I cannot hear what you're
Yeah,
saying.
I want to know that that's
So, I can say for sure the white people comment was taken out.
Dang, this is a fair judge. This is a fair judge.
good. What about the potential?
I guess it even sounds like the prosecution had no problem playing an audio of their victim talking about white people. And, the jury is who the jury is.
Sentence?
Do you have an example?
I'm going to look him up, but what's his first name? I cannot see. Is that Mark Arnold?
5 minutes and 25 seconds to 6 minutes.
I think what he's asking, Your Honor, is because the time would change because he's had to edit. What he's asking for, he knows.
Oh, it changed. It
It
changed.
was like 19 years, something like that.
I think he said something about a minimum of this and a maximum of 25 years.
Okay, yeah.
He also mentions that attempted murder. It's not attempted murder.
You're saying you're looking at anywhere from 14 to like 20 something years?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Is there a mention of attempted murder?
I might have let it in,
It's not attempted murder. If you can't find it,
I took out the 20 something.
A year ago.
Do you want me to sit with them and show them?
That would be comforting.
okay. That's really all I was concerned
Just on those two transcripts?
about. He talks about it on the third transcript. He talks about his feelings about Jabari. He talks about his calls and his texts. Texts that were exchanged prior to the incident. I think it's pretty innocuous.
I'm definitely not trying to ring bells that can't be unrung. If they want to sit down, I can show them exactly what I redacted.
Okay, who are they bringing this audio in through? Is it through? I hope they're done with Relli because I'm done. I don't want anyone to stand again. Brooklyn, no, these are not jury instructions. This is audio that's being brought in that they're redacting.
All right, go ahead.
You cannot have. This is too soon for jury instructions.
And Your Honor, I don't think this was put on the record. I think I said it.
No, Mr. Lewin is back.
court, but it has been discussed in the media, not by Mr. Dacquina, but simply by the people have always said that we would not be seeking, and we have no grounds for seeking the maximum sentence in this case. Well,
I mean, these are some fair people out there in California. If you're in Mississippi, they're they're gonna throw the book at you.
we have said, if we talk about a sentence, or we're willing to give probation and suspend time, if it's conditional, what we're gonna be asking for is probably going to be about 8 years in state prison. So you will not be looking at that as a court where he would serve about 2/3 of that. I just want to make sure
Oh, so he'd only serve 2/3? Okay.
that we don't have this misinformation being spread, because it's not happening.
Now, can you tell the jury as usual,
Yes.
taking care of
And
the
they're talking about sentences as if, you know, they're at the end of the case.
yes, logistical issues? All right, so we're gonna take a look at that.
Yes, he is.
What makes you say this, Viva? Why? What happened? What did you see? What's the difference? What are you comparing?
Oh, 8. Oh.
I know compound question. For some water drinking people. Some water drinking. No, Brooklyn. He was offered 180 days and 7 years probation. That's a long time, though. That's a long time. They're trying to. That is a long time. 7 years probation. I don't know how you can. That's a long time. 7 years. That's way too long. Way too long. Like a year or whatever. Yeah. Person can get through a year of probation. It's not going to be easy, but 7 years. This is an exciting trial, though. I hate, the circumstances under which, the allegations I don't agree with. But the exciting part for me is the fact that the facts can be argued from the prosecution and the defense. To me, that makes a good case. Okay. I see what you're saying, Fiva. Yeah, 7 years probation. Listen, 7 years probation, I guess if you went to trial and were convicted and you're sentenced to probation, sure. But 7 years probation, you guys know how I feel about plea dealing. 7 years probation for, a prosecution that did not prove its case beyond a reasonable doubt. No, that's a long time. All right, come on, folks.
Are there more problems? Yes?
Yes.
All right, why don't the two of you discuss it? If you can come to an agreement, then I don't need to get involved.
Yeah, but not for the defendant. It's sure the prosecution can check that off as a conviction or whatever. But I guess from the perspective of a defendant, because if you do get convicted, then you get some years or whatever. But I don't know. That's a long time. I don't know. 7 years. That's rough because you cannot consume alcohol, restricted travel, which they might lift those up. If you want to move to a different state, then it's a whole thing about transferring probation. It's just no. And then these people can randomly show up at your house. No, 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 no. I mean, it is better. It's better than in.
Let me ask you, I hate to have the jurors wait outside. Can you, give me an idea how much longer it might be before?
So I just highlighted all the changes that I made in this one. I can bring it up before it wants to. Eleanor, did you take one?
All right. Is anything else going on? Look at Takapina. Takapina just has the final say. This man is, I don't know. He's starting to look a little worried, which I suppose makes sense because he's on trial. And I suppose this is the good thing about having, attorneys. They do the work, and you're just, in your thoughts, laid back. I mean, some people can go ahead and represent themselves, but this is the advantage here of having attorneys, public defenders, instead of trying to figure out what question to ask and how to properly ask it. You have somebody actually doing the work for you.
Why don't you come on up and show me what's been taken out and what is still objectionable?
Okay. So, Fiva, I know nothing about abbreviation. Please tell me, what does KNT stand for? Because I thought initially the text messages above or the chat, I thought you're trying to spell no. What does KNT stand for? Let me know, somebody. I don't know. Old bag, somebody translate so I can answer. But you're saying basically KNT really do nothing, or are you saying can't? You can't really do anything. Fact, so they can come to your house all that time, right? And they show up unannounced. Okay, they show up unannounced. If you're out there rolling up something, or if you have friends, you have family over, and they have, I don't know, beer and stuff. Yeah, probation. No. But again, it's still better than incarceration.
Do you have the
Yeah, up here is.
They take too many breaks for my liking. Way too many breaks for my liking. I mean, I guess it's necessary, but it's necessary. I just don't like it.
Is it okay? Again, I don't apologize for being late. Is that all right?
Who's not apologizing for being late?
I'm sorry,
Let's just say, is it okay if I don't apologize again? Tell you what, just assume I'm apologizing. Pretend I'm apologizing.
That's a nice judge. Yeah, okay, let's do this. Okay. I'm trying to figure out as far as jury. What happened? Is it my charge or something? Oh, okay. I see why that's making noise. Okay. So as far as, I mean, we're a little far out, but I'm thinking about jury instructions. As far as jury instructions are concerned, I'm trying to, we could go to the patent jury rules, but we're not doing that right now because we still want to take a quick look at Megan's channel. The thing about jury instructions, while we're thinking about this, okay, I'm wondering if California has a jury instruction that that somehow instructs that would actually be unconstitutional. That would violate that would for sure violate the defendant's rights. I was trying to figure out if California, I'll say it anyways, but I thought about it. There's no way that such an instruction exists. I was trying to figure out if there's a jury instruction that, in a sense, would, I don't know. I'm just thinking about Relli in this case, right? Trying to figure out if there's some type of jury instruction as far as his demeanor, but again, it goes down to credibility. So that's not going to work. The only way that the prosecution could have handled Relli's blow-ups would be through voir dire. At voir dire, the very beginning stages as they're selecting a jury, they should have asked, and again, I'm making a note for myself in case I find myself in this situation. They should have, prodded the potential jurors on whether they would, hold it against an emotional victim, their feelings or something against an emotional victim, or I guess alleged victim or witness. That way, they would have been able to figure out if the jury would have tolerated these outbursts or not. Yeah, that would have been, because the reason what made me ask that is because typically in voir dire, a lot of public defenders and defense attorneys pretty much like to ask questions that would pry into whether jurors would use, if things get heated, would jurors use their conduct against the defendant? So yeah. Anyways, let's get into this. Okay, so that means can't. Got it. Okay, can't. There we go. A lot of people on probation. Yeah, exactly. Probation is so tough, man. Probation is tough. A few months and then they're back in. A few months, unless an individual relocates. Even with relocation, it's tough because you pretty much would have to change a lot about your environment. So what happened to the judge? What happened to the judge?
People agree with that?
Yeah.
All right.
Now I'm nosy. I want to find out what the judge had to say.
All right, defense, call your witness.
Wait, what? Hold on. Defense. Oh, okay. I guess they're probably okay. Got it. I thought the prosecution rested. I was like, what?
Yeah. All right. All right, defense, call your witness.
Yeah, prosecution should have redirected.
Okay. Nora,
Then can another lawyer from the defense speak? Is it Takapina? How long will this last? I guess not too long. Yeah, I guess not. Oh, maybe it does actually go on for quite some time. Oh yeah, it goes on for quite some time. Hold on. What time is it? Okay, 7:06. I'll give it another 25 minutes and then I'm gonna need to go. Okay, so FIBA says, but I think the DA don't really have to do much now because Relli is messing up his own case, but I don't know what will happen. Okay. Are you continuing to Wally? Or no, let's continue. I'll give another, I'll stop around. This is much later than I'd planned on being up here, but you guys know I'm really nosy. I mean, these people, I'm in their business, okay? I'm really nosy. I'd like to hear what he say and then the recording. And yeah, considering that this is actually a phone call between is a defense witness. As prosecution, I'd have challenged some of those, Anyways, let's get into this. Too much talking.
Mr. Mayor calls Wally Sajimi.
Ooh. Wally who? Wally Sajimi?
Sajimi.
Sajimi?
Go ahead, yeah.
All right, so who's Wally?
Just raise your right hand for us. Thank you.
Oh, Wally is the phone call person. Got it.
This how we state that the testimony may give in the cause not pending for this court to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. May you please take a seat on the witness stand. Make it to you when you come right. Please state and spell your name for the record.
Wally Sajeni, W-A-L-L-Y.
So his parents actually named him Wally?
S-A-J-I-M-I.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mrs. Kelly.
Hello.
What do you, so what do you do for a living?
I run a technology software agency where we build website software for clients, musicians, creatives, brands, direct-to-consumer brands, yeah.
And have you done work in that capacity for Rocky?
Yes.
Okay. Have you also, and by the way, do you work?
I mean, if this guy works with Rocky, what's his name again? Relli, why are you talking to this?
For Rocky?
No, I have my own business.
Okay, so you do consulting work?
Yes, consulting.
Did an individual that you know as Relli also ask you to do work for him?
Yes.
Okay. And same capacity as a consultant as well?
Correct.
All right. Now, do you have any, let's get this out of the way. Do you have any personal knowledge of the facts of this case, one way or another?
No.
Okay. After Rocky.
I'm curious to find, I really need to go, but I'm curious now. I know we've not even gotten into the meat and potatoes, but I'm curious to find out what the prosecution's cross-examination is going to be. I'm very curious. I'd like to know. Yes, Brooklyn, he is a defense witness.
Rocky's arrest in this case, and better say you're friends with Rocky, right?
Yes.
Okay. After Rocky's arrest in this case, did Relli ask you to do anything for him?
Yes, he did.
What did he ask you to do?
A number of things, but he really wanted to boost his social media presence with certain articles from this case.
Okay. In particular, do you remember any?
It was a long list, but they were high publications.
TMZ.
Rolling Stone, High Society, Complex, so on and so on.
So, Mr. Efron, obviously, contacted you and asked you to promote these articles.
Okay, so this is good for defense because it's going to show that, pretty much it's not so much what ruined his career. It's not so much, I guess you could really argue another way. It's not so much, engaging in this fight or pistol or whatever, start a pistol thing, but he pretty much thought this was good publicity, and that's why I wanted to post it. Look at Benji. Benji said, good stream. Thank you. You're welcome. Thanks for, listening and participating and commenting.
For his social media presence.
Yes, for his further to boost his social media as well. Yeah.
Huh?
And that was
That's going to be problematic for Relli in the civil suit.
articles about this case.
Correct.
Okay. When did just refer to as Relli for the purpose of this conversation? When did Relli? That's how you know him, by the way, right?
Correct.
Dang, thank you, Brooklyn. You guys are so nice. I appreciate the support, though, because you guys could be elsewhere on these YouTube streets listening to somebody else ramble, but you're here.
When did Relli last call you?
Just last week on my
What's
birthday.
the question?
When did Relli last call you?
When did Relli last call you? Is that the question?
Just last week on my birthday when I was in Paris. Thursday.
Thursday, the January 30th?
Yeah, around 9 p.m. in Paris. So
It's 9 p.m., so he was right. It was after court and not prior.
the math is probably 12 noon here.
Yeah. And
Yeah, so I need to future reference to tell the witness, tell the client, don't reach out to any witnesses in this case until this case resolves.
have you been following this case?
Yeah, I've been watching it.
Okay. And on that day, on that Thursday, did you see anything particular about this case on Thursday when you watched?
Yeah, just my name being brought up against lies, fabrication, just not the truth. So
Well, what in particular did you hear and who did you hear from?
Relli specifically.
What did he say?
Recordings were fake. Recordings were not him, not I.
The prosecution is a big problem. And again, the shell casings, all that stuff. Mm-mm. Oh, 9 p.m. in Paris. I don't know what time that is. Let's see. What time is it what time is it in Paris? So in Paris right now, it's 1:13 a.m. I guess they're in the future. I don't know. Do something with the numbers. It's let's see, California. Sorry.
And I'm a pretty private person, so when people lie on my name, so yeah.
I would be objecting over here, just for the sake of objecting.
Now, did Relli send you any articles about this case in the last 6 months?
Yes.
And on October 17th of 2024, did you send you an article about Judge Arnold?
Yes.
Okay, what time did court end last Thursday? There was a day where court ended really early? Because I'm looking at the time difference right now. So Paris 9 hours ahead of California. So 4:13 p.m. in California is 1:13. So it probably would have been during the lunch break.
On December 24th, 2024, did you send the Daily Mail article?
Wait, did this man leave Paris just to come and testify? Oh, wow.
Entitled Dyalla fears heartbreaking consequence of ASAP Rocky's trial with
Yeah, I
smiley
understand
face.
the relevance of these questions about specific.
We asked that. December 27, 2024, did Relli send you an article from the Daily Mail entitled Dyalla fears heartbreaking consequence
I mean, he's leading.
of ASAP Rocky's trial with the smiley face next to it?
Yes.
To be here today, so where are you coming from?
Paris, France.
Okay.
Dang, he must really like Rocky, because I'll say don't involve me in that. I'm not subpoenaed, I'm not coming.
What were you doing in Paris, France?
Grabbing meetings, doing business deals, trying to invest in this new tech startup.
Okay.
These people are out here businessing, and I'm just out here gossiping on YouTube.
You did that for work?
Yes.
You don't live there?
No.
Okay. You live where?
New Jersey.
No.
When did you get here in Los Angeles, sir?
Last night late.
Okay. And why did you come here?
Really clear my name and tell the truth.
Just say you're called.
Again, I just hated seeing my name tied to lies and untruthful words.
Okay, so this is saying something to me. What this is saying to me is, obviously, again, this case is being live streamed. It's broadcasted. It's being broadcasted everywhere. Okay, so if what's his name again? This man understand. If he does not clear his name, not even that, it's not even really about clearing his name. It's more so if he does not testify in a certain manner, he could easily be blackballed from the industry. That's what I'm taking. That's what I'm understanding from here. Because if you're not subpoenaed, why are you in court? That's my takeaway. Brooklyn said, apparently Relli is a little special. Yeah, Relli is a little special because he talks too much. He does way too much talking.
And did it concern you as far as your professional reputation?
That's what I thought. And again, I did not watch this. So I knew, I could just tell that it has less to do with clearing. I mean, whatever his name is, he's getting into the question now, but I could tell. Listen, people, one thing about me, my instincts are always on the money. They're on the money. They're on the money.
That this guy was accusing you of doctoring and making up recordings.
Yes.
Would you ever do that?
Yeah, prosecution again. They're a little asleep or whatever, but I'm curious. I might stay here longer than Zeta needs to get in the top. Zeta needs to get in the top. Do I want to come back? Let me think about it. I need to file my taxes though. How much longer do we have? How much longer do we have? I don't know. Let's see.
No, never. I'm not there yet with like technology. I would say. So, yeah.
But even if you were there, would you
Yeah,
do that?
no, I would never. It's not honest, right? Yeah.
Did you make
These industry people, they're different from regular folks. They're really concerned about, how one is. I mean, we saw it happen to Lil Mama. She got on that stage and they blackballed her. A whole bunch of people got blackballed. So I get
recordings of conversations with Relli?
Yes.
How many recordings did you make?
it. Brooklyn's funny.
I believe the dates were, I forget the April date, but mid-April and then August 15th-ish. Yeah.
And you said you made it, that's based on your recollection, right?
Yeah.
Is that in
I
2022?
think I meant that, I actually say May, but around April, May
Yeah,
of 2022?
Yep.
Okay, and then August of 2022, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And those are the two conversations you recorded?
Yes.
Okay. Did you give those recordings to Rocky?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Really, I don't know what on earth you were thinking. I do not know what you were thinking.
And first of all, why did you give them to Rocky?
I think it was just conversations he needed to hear.
Ooh. Wait, because to me, does that mean he directed you or instructed you to record this, or were you guys just talking, you felt like you had to hand it over?
I think
Wait. Okay. But this is, you see how, again, I'm not going to compare Relli to Wally or whatever his name is, but this is the type of court proceedings. These are the type of court proceedings I like to follow, not the yelling and screaming and,
I think it was just conversations he needed to hear.
And why do you think you need to hear it?
Because they're about him and a lot of it seemed just suspicious, talking about monetary things.
And when did you send them to Rocky?
As soon as I finished the conversation.
Now, when you sent those recordings, did one of the two recordings, did you have to split one of them into two files because of the size?
Yeah.
see what Brooklyn's saying doesn't add up. He decided Thursday night to jump on a flight to clear his name. I don't believe man, Brooklyn is suspicious of everybody. I don't know, there's something here. I'm with you on this as well, because to me, what it sounds, I don't know. Like if you're not subpoenaed, and I don't know. Again, industry folks, it might be different. It might be different, but obviously Takapina knows that he needs to bring the video, not the audios in. Without the audio, then he's not doing the type of damage he wanted to do, because obviously what's his name again? Relli denied being recorded. But to me, it's just not. I'm with you on this one. It doesn't make sense that you're in Paris for business meetings and you're showing up to clear and I don't know. Maybe that's how they do it out there. All right, hold on.
Now, when you sent those recordings, did one of the two recordings, did you have to split one of them into two files because of the size?
Yeah. You can't really send certain data, or if the file size is too big, you gotta cut it down to send it. So
Sir, how did you get here today?
I took a plane,
Brooklyn, do we get into cross here or not?
a commercial plane.
Last night
Yes.
from Paris?
Yes.
And are you going back later today?
Yeah. A few hours.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
So it's a 1 day turnaround,
Yeah.
just to be here.
Yeah.
Who paid for the cost of your ticket?
Damien Branderson.
And that's Rocky.
Who's that? Wait, why? Wait. I really need Zeta needs to get in the tub, and I need to start making dinner. But hold on, wait, what?
Cost of your ticket.
Damien Branderson.
And that's Rocky's entertainment.
That's right, lawyer. Yeah.
And
Wait. Ooh. Mm. Who paid for his hotel? Who's paying for his lunch? Who's paying for his food?
That means Rocky probably paid for the cost of the kitchen, correct?
Possibly.
I like the fact that Takapina is bringing this out on direct though.
And did you meet us, myself, Mr. Siegel, staff, and any people in the United States zoning,
They do.
us for the first time ever this morning?
Prior to this, no.
No, what,
This morning, yes.
This
This
morning
morning, yes.
was the first time you ever met any of us?
Correct.
Okay. Did we ever speak before this morning?
No.
Okay. This morning, did we play recordings?
It doesn't matter. You still spoke to him.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, so that's different. Listen, it's different to say that you flew from Paris on your own accord, paid for your own flight. You saw the need to go to Los Angeles to clear a name, but it's completely different when A$AP Rocky, the criminal defendant who is on trial, through his entertainment lawyer, gets you a plane ticket to testify in his favor. That is, I don't know. There's too much. There's a lot going on with this trial. There's a lot going on with this trial.
And what were those recordings?
There were the recordings that I took.
And there's no way you can tell me that Takapina and the entertainment lawyer did not talk. There was definitely conversations, and somebody else made those arrangements for this Wally to basically show up.
And by the way, let's step back for a second. You mentioned Damian Grant's and Rocky's entertainment attorney. What was the first time you ever heard from him?
Just recently while I was watching this.
Was
Wait,
it
what?
when this individual Relli was testifying about new document tapes?
Correct. He wasn't the only one contacting me about just a lot of what's coming, but yes.
Yeah, and this is what I said previously, okay? He's saying that he's not the only one to contact him regarding the tapes. I've said this previously that behind the scenes, there are people trying to pull strings. To me, that was just clear. It was clear based on the relationship between the parties.
Sustain.
Was when he called you, Ron? Sure.
You want some water? Oh, you have one.
Sorry.
Do you have enough in there?
I have one.
You're okay? Sure?
I think it's sweet, but it's kind of.
Dang, the what it sounds like the jury box is actually very, very close to the witness stand.
The air vents, I think, are on with the allergies. Let's want to give her a second.
Yeah.
I do have that.
Do you want to, are you okay? Do you want to go in the back and get rid of the cough?
No, we got.
Oh, we have cough drops too.
The prosecution says we have cough drops. The defense, we have cough drops too. Take our cough drops. Now they're fighting.
Would you like a cough drop from both the prosecution and the defense?
Ours are better.
I have a cough drop. Thank you so much. Appreciate that water as well.
Sounds like somebody's catching COVID in the courtroom. So Brooklyn says, does California have a law where you can record anybody anywhere? No. From my understanding, at the time of the recordings, both of them were residents of New York, so that law applies, and that's why the recordings are coming in.
A lot of meditation as well.
And I think California's 2-party and New York 1.
No, you have nothing to be sorry about. What's that?
All right, come on.
Alex?
I think somebody's catching COVID. Okay, she gone for too long? I mean, let's see. Oh, what happened?
I have my water. Okay, sure.
I was
concerned. I know. Mrs. Jemmy, so you said, Mr. Grant's Damian Price, payment order for the first time on Thursday.
Correct.
After what you saw on TV occurred in this case, right?
Because it is.
You were accused of making a false statement.
Correct.
Before that, and you heard of it Anyone from Rocky's defense team?
No,
Okay. And no one ever told you to be intended on calling, correct?
no,
But then you saw on television, you were accused of doctoring up tapes, correct?
correct. I didn't know that.
I think you just, any legal question, but I'm just asking.
Yeah, he was leading the whole time. Why are you waiting? And this is my problem with both the prosecution and Takapina. You let the opposing side lead the entire time, and then suddenly when a question that is, that you consider damaging is asked, that's when you want to object. But it makes a little difference because the jury at that time has already heard the question and the answer.
Yeah, that's right, it's leading, same.
A little less, I'll try not to. An effort would be appreciated.
So the recordings, I think I asked this, I'm not sure, before we broke. Did we play for you the recordings this morning? Which you were
Correct.
Yes, okay. And what,
I might have to come back, you guys. I don't know. I might have to come back. I think I have to come back because again, it's like, yeah, I need to get Zeta situated. So let me come back. Yeah, I have to come back. We have to listen to this. There's just no way. Ooh, so Mr. Lewin is doing the cross exit. No, we have to come back. There's no way around it. I'm gonna come back at cannot be 8 p.m. anymore because it's what 7:29. So let me come back at 9 p.m. Okay, I'm coming back at 9 p.m. Again, I need to get situated. Zeta needs to take a bath. We need to read and do some stuff. So let me come back. Ooh, I don't know. I'm getting a little excited. So I'll be back at 9 p.m. Eastern time. That's about what, an hour and 30 minutes. Yeah, I need to be back. We need to get through all of this. So I'll be back again 9 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. I'll see you guys. Brooklyn said Los Angeles lawyers are a little slow. Yeah, I have to be back. We have to get through it. All right, Benji. I hope your day at work is going well. Yeah. So I'll be back 9 p.m. Eastern time. 9 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be back. Okay. All right.